ye DC wa ehwo nom no a in fact me wura beho when tumi anya ho hye kura enti wanabo when hu say nsuo ta ebetumi the problem aba because edi nka agbo wo nka ye bebre nsuo topete kura no a magari na ne side ya efri kaso ade ba no ehosi na atia nya bebre ade abegu kwan no mu na atia nya bebre nti ebo ne nka ye wonim say that ebetumi de asem aba.
Okay, high need 100.9. Kwabena branch be a friend Mesha Kasante. Oh yeah, I'm a regular serial texter.
Okay.
I said, on a Mesha ground time. I send a message.
Yes.
I can't
yeah, I was okay.
I was okay.
Yeah.
What's your master?
Okay. Meshach.
My message is not and then Friday me good days.
Yeah.
It's me pese.
Well, I tell one who say one someone now can be na to assume and no one no. But media about to ye back come for say why my when near why will be very out there. I am no ninja. I had to say, oh, yeah, to me say,
if we are part of it, and US class,
and I don't like that.
Once a woman call me Nimu about to
yes,
what to about to meet now, they know what about.
Yes,
that is it.
Yes,
one level now, but I am telling you,
we shouldn't encourage it. It's not the best. It's not the best. Because me messing about to no, and comma asumesi. Now you have akwanya ubetumi adane me de no de akoma obi na wa ye no saa wa bra enya mepe no we asa ubese manibre and the NDC amanyoko ye no I think omo ye right nkyere say ye say nsuo beta enframa ne dikan
okay
oh ena akura ya antene yade ya ho hwe kura no wewue eno ye mpofiri mu ade but my jerry me hu mfami o me say nanse pa me trousers ba kwin wono tia na etie enti wote so me trouser no esi eja atomu abaka se ampa kwabena kura kan se na ne trouser no wono tia na etie enti minim dada ade no a wo mu ye no democracy de sa na ye no ye timpanimfo antina so say ade electoral commission ye nie anya adepa o kai say omudi nka ba ye press conference first one no electoral commission begitu mu say ampa errors bi ebaye na omu correct ena sa errors na electoral commission so wa correct no omu asa bebie wu say sa errors no so wa sa correct no enya accurate was repeating the same mistakes in bio
and the mistake there na okay
according to the enra NDC for kan no was figures no ebi entally ena baby de enso said de ebi a day 2 de no near de akoye day 3 de en wo mo sa ti wo mo agina so say asem no aye kan no the same thing na omo ye meaning electoral commission ede buapaye no wode according to them
buapayo
good san wo mu kan
underline buapayo
was it deliberate o ma seda
and I say underline so do kan tree na me say underline
was it wo mu de buapaye and wo mu ye sa de no just to ria abamu for obi yes, one more can you na.
Oh, that be make us all man count.
Yes.
Some me once my press conference ni nyina.
Good. My mama say. I say
na no one can.
Good. Say na one more can. And to one more thing kofo agina so say the electoral commission nie. O ma kan, o mu so o mu correct. And o mu correct ye no so. The connection no a baaye no esa ye mistake enti mistake no esa wo mu no en wo ma adwene ye wo mu say wo mu aseda en wo mu ye saade no enti is ne kwan so ano in the right direction. Wow.
It's in the right direction.
It's in the right direction.
That's right.
Ne kwan so ano no.
Okay.
Enti se omo anya ni da ho a enka wo fi se sa neoma we omu behunu. Because of eni da ho no a na wo ka no. Eno bi na omu gusu a omu ye because abato no. Eye process. Se nipa ni so obewie mu a enye D-Day no ene wo wiem. Ebe start here for the baby. And son na kwa koduru baby. And what they are doing to me who say ne kwan so ano no.
Okay.
No watu adina so. Ahai, no watu adina so. Ahai, no watu adina so. Enti eye one say electoral commission response wa omode beba no. Ye be so okay. The NDC for san kan ye no because first one now omo kan ye no electoral commission ebe kire se ampa de enu omo kan ye no kre second one wo ma san ka bio enti ya said the electoral commission ebe san beka because maintain this say omo betena ho na omo ma electoral commission briefing space no eno de maintain this say ebesi.
Okay, after where we are here ya make an say dia one more twe ye nyina adwen asiso no
yeah
yeah because we are manyoko now you serious political party a ultimately now one can say oba ye beto aba na electoral process be nti wo koda
yes
just when you serious
yes
what did I make a true
yes.
And reason and then you go no decision na me to me decide man eti Dr. Ferijan me twe ya adwen asiso say ye be kai die nti a Dr. Ferijan e can say I feel we are about to unquad there. Mean to be.
Because of other person.
Because of Sabreno. Opposition, not MPP for the opposition.
Accusation.
Accusations upon accusations.
Yeah.
Can you not your own say Debbie American assembly? Say Kwabena. History, me part of it, and the mental amount of same. Who say you are back assembly or 1950 something, 1941, and then you are back as my home, no, Kwabena, you no. Na ye nwo ye ana one ya o
19 say 50 something there be 50 there na
50 ne wo it is our history no wo mo twira ne ya ba be ya ba be kan bi we can validate eno kra no wo meti asimple as ensem ni see ye no ukobisa wo kra na
ebi kra ka tia no
ebi be ka no ma tia no so dia me kira wo no but history a me no mi enu ya part of it there ebe ya say ye betena ho a ye kasa ya no nkan dwumi say history ne ye be dane no
yeah but
the American your history we are all part of it we were in Ghana say near reference say me Kyle Cross say Sabre na Dr. Ferijan ye hu ni favorite ye beer ope
yeah
so they say Sabre na no cause on the honor as an oluman I dream but when the voice crowd na say
na ono me beer na dame
also as an old man I take club
or no so ne electoral commission no obi ani nachi woni police soldier bia no ano
that's it but accusations upon accusations
yeah
it's my papa no baba on be can say 2012 on to a baby what you say
yeah
and now fast forward your mama Charlotte say bye Kwanya MPP for the Charlotte say fast no Mema Jerry many anye ho da kwabena me se me cassette ya Sabre na be ya adwuma life FM one more na follow me that time e wo kwa block yeso e ma mo betage Mark Oliver Kevo ene oye chairman of the regional chairman at the NDC Kevo any eye ne nkrofo kra e ba e be from say hey it is there ana amanfo e this me how do I manage it because now I never appreciated the kind of accusations
and the insult
wild allegations
and insult
I want the ma your mama Charlotte
yes
now moving forward Jemen Saba every serious political party at any year let us know but no maybe to say they are working you know a deliberate attempt to connive with the MPP. Say, I wouldn't be convinced. What can I say and convince me? I do would demonstrate because ya no hunu na wo de aka ne keke
Majari wo kan say wan kasa wo kan say abatuo mu anwie mu no ewo ho nti wo wie mu ama hwan
na wiem
say obi bo obi sobo say owia abatuo mu a then the possibility for the person to rear abatuo for somebody is there.
Baba, the Americans one follow the American.
One say we no
can say abatuo obi obeka say abatuo nwiamu ni ho. Na say me ne akogan. E ka say ma akogan jitu mu say abatuo ne de o man diesel for nkra no. Say we young people na wo da, won bedwia. Akogan ka wa.
Good.
Anu ne ye easy o. Dem na easy. Minus here man for do am kokọ registration center and electoral commission e de minus wo no ko.
But Magjerry, you can't take it away. Though yen to me can sisu people say ABC waha. But the possibility for electoral commission to help somebody to win an election is there.
What possibility? But
yes.
NDC press conference, Roman said the possibility. One must say the EC is conniving with the MPP to rig the elections.
Because you can some first one. And now obe correct ye. And now the obe correct no so the same idea na ye can ye na uji tumu na wo say repeat. So you are giving the person akwenya say unsuspected.
Okay. But we are aware say menu you condemn easy wa say enro ma bi we avoidable na so mama
na say me dey me woni me say
during the assembly elections we dey constructively we dey normal me no ya condemn easy enye bibia keke but normal constructively me no ya condemn assembly elections mo ya eastern region ma DJ bro betena ka also Magjerry meti eastern region wo mo nto aba abeni aba final out wo mo nto aba ho na me say na Yusuf wo mo say den na mo chire ama we condemn say act ni nyina wa ha say easy for one year proactive.
Yeah.
Say registration exercise, limited registration exercise. What the can you be paying? Who facing network challenge?
Yeah.
When some ya and also my face we condemn say acting in na.
Me crowd electoral commission. Dr. Bosman Asare. Onu say me wo ne ho niam bia me personally as kwabena a wo yensem training I don't like. But mami Jemensa no a we wo mu titreni no. On say time one wo ayi no. Na oye vocal pa when it comes to electoral ehon niama sa no a na ota kasa e de fa ho. Enti me expect no say on say enya first one nie ebiesi mistakes yaba wa correct ya ye ni say wa correct ya pamochau nkakra ebeye munya abotre eni kwan se toa so bio because ayesa na mepachao yeguso na wo ma obi akwanya se unsuspect was a washeda na wo yesa.
Okay.
She shouldn't some mistakes and errors and ketenkete no yamfa abatu oni agro eni kwan se free ni ncheba na wa be ka sorry. No one sister will be destiny. No. Wabrosa.
Okay. It's another what can I say deliberate attempt.
Wabrosa.
Okay.
Wabrosa.
All right. Higher need 100.9 for you to 0503721744 0503721744. Now Friday. Do Friday any day. I need to say the Bibia Efra. Baba me enfa we ni be 4 stories bi o anu yenko en. Yade asede me peacefmonline.com, citynewsroom.com, myjournline.com. Check out ghana.com. Ana uhun Sarah Asafo ni video na no exercise no.
Na so what?
Oh, ne Dante.
Oh, okay.
I said no jogging there, come on.
Oh, okay. No, onam kwa ho.
David hwe. O share we Jim bia say.
Oh, what there mentam. Na me nim say bia.
How be san ko nam form.
Aha, onam kwa ho a wo ko jog.
E bia from St John's to Atomic Down.
Aha, na say baby ne papa dan no wo station one.
Yeah.
Nanko de abedru taifa jan
What
na ko jogging wa Saturday no pass e wo
Uncle Tinem.
Obetumi ama me no wakoja.
Yeah de anke be kope kwa koja no dodo.
And nadia so me made me ho nyede.
Okay, come now anyway. Cecilia Dapa Saga, Dombelevo, Pebu, and others drag Yoko to parliament. Some prominent Ghanaians, including the former Auditor General Daniel Yao Dombelevo, have petitioned Parliament seeking a bipartisan probe into the conduct of the Economic and Organized Crime Office. In its failure to probe the controversial stash of money found in the residence of the former Sanitation Minister, Cecilia Dapa. Yoko.
Abusiafo asemu ase mpanimfo bebre aka na we de Ghana disia bia we ye kukudam ana wo mu akeka wo mu ho abom e de asemu akodan mrase beje fie se asemu hia wo ye mfa na abatan ne besu enti mrase beje fie nse na wonka bi ma won e kire se ma misisiri adapa asemu pa nkwa wom asam life ya ye betumi enya case ye gina so abo mami kwadu Yoko special prosecutor wo mu si asam na wuntie nkosie no wo mu se daabi wo mu mpene enti saa ekuku dam yi bi te se Martin Kwebu security analyst Dr. Adam Bona political science electoral professor Ransford Jampo
Omo ya 100 o
ni wo mu doso the Dombelevo womu nyina ka ho atra krata ade akoma mra sebeje fie se
etese kwabra tela phone ade nyina womu
enipa no doso
caterers
yes
nurses
yes
ohwa ha Doris Isa oye caterer your friend is saying when's your one Frank Asiko
yes
so
ha doso
wo hwe Asibi oye Asibi Isa ye nurse Tala deni yezo.
Yes. Enti asam no
Eunice Boatema oye Taylor.
Yeah.
Debi na say Eunice there Obama ntimi Taylor. Oba so oba e dey stress.
Said that time no sa na yaka no a.
Elizabeth J oye Ketra Gloria Esel Taylor. Wo mu nyina tom print yo. Hey, tala no mo so. Woman abre. Majari woman abre. Yes. And which electrician? Sure, electrician who mo?
Yes.
Edu Johnson.
Yes.
Electrician Tom Print.
Yes. Wow. When you your friend democracy.
Hey.
Oh. Wait.
Pamela.
Yay.
Ruben Avoye or your taxi driver.
Oh yes.
Hey. Charlie.
Yeah.
Genevieve Saki,
Naji.
Fashion designer. Awoka Naji, there be where they Naji count. Anthony Tai or your welder.
Yeah.
Sarafina Ameyo or your factory hand.
Yeah.
Seidu Swaka or your welder.
Etra was say woman abre.
Charlie.
Enti no makeka. Na won skura won te kura say Martin Amidu actually letter akoma mampeni say ompam special prosecutor.
Martin.
Yes, Martin Amidu actually krata akoma president say on sake special prosecutor. President kura wa na so ben say wa forward letter numpo.
And Sani ate say wa forward the chief justice.
E the akoma chief justice say one say
so on go ntimi na say mra ne hye no.
Yeah.
Special prosecutor ni enyi ni keke.
Yeah. Sir, tisa wo the famra kwan so.
Mra kwan so.
And
no na nya appointment na yeah no akwa.
Na wasake no. Wahu. It tells you say enkofo ani abre e wo niam a ekoso no ho. Na kisi ajaben. Kisi se wo nyini nso.
Okay.
Kisi wonya 40. Anya nanse ya no wonya 45 osai.
Okay, me nyonkopa ye Dr. Adam Bona. Onokra na wo share krata no ma ndi kan o. Dr. Adam Bona. Oka wumbi na say petition ni oka nipa be 100 ho a wɔn asensan petition ebi atɔm printe a wɔn de ɛkɔ ɛyɛ parliament yɛn no ne nkɔmɔ. Dr. Adam Bonamache.
Memo action. Echa etefo.
Etefo Johnson and Pomo to say no pay.
Radiadom bibia boko.
Na everybody na mo dwen hu say ese mo ye petition na mo sign de Ghana fo bi ka ho na mo de call Ghana mrahye bedwafie say ya ma me sisi na dapa ne sense de ban na montie ase ntie ho behia say ye benya abedwakuo bi a enya amanyosem ko na wo ma ye nhwehwe mafa ho.
My dear, okay, say president ka say me enye spectators where my mu ha yen you can say citizen. And so said your man any kind of time ago no yen pese ye be observers where ya mu ha na say be pa ya pa na stadium na ye bo ball na ye dey ship ball ye mu bi na ye na ye dia. So governance structure ye can be. And so the Tesauka say nipa be 100. The number of persons almost signing, 137 different Ghanaians from about 27 or so 30 categories from different areas. Masons, carpenters, welders, media. And so, and I say some are still signing. The volunteers are still out there. And people are still signing. So, you're trying to say, Parliament, because this year, okay, a cool media, Yoku, any special, some pulling in our share. You can't say executive, not say. And to say, be busy, not say executive, no, say the Nanka, Ghana for, yeah, James Senka, on the year, on the executive, no, on the year, to Shimuna. Se bibi na call boni a na omo ade ato ne kwan so yan kwan ko tene sa ade be twi na we blame we sa na tie dia parliament enye entitemu mayen omo de at least Manjari baby a ukuma wo MP baby a wo tie e wo Ghana ha wo san wo MP. And I want to hear you for baby. I'll hear you, man. Baby, I'll hear you, man. And then baby, I'll put here. When you won't need Papa, who or empty baby and son, who come, any baby out here, seven, any baby, I'll hear you, man. And so some of forward in a Mrano and my home can say, over to me a petition, over to me, any of one casa. After empty to say, hey, empty. Maintain my baby, I'm here, you, man. You're my being coso, and as a baby still. And to me, here, I said, oh, the back of parliament, I can't want them. And so, yeah, I signed petition. No, I'm a shocked. Say, Omudia, you show me, I can't so move away if you must be a sister, a pascana, a yaka wants them, no, Uvi, and I stand a yaka wants them, no, young fan conquer to president, Baby, the yaka say, or more, yapa, as public officers say. BBC as one much normally 2 years. Am I in? Or my man on my Yoku anyway. Man on my as well now say, I'm saying, there's why near you know, you should be. You tell them for mobile broadcasting, I may have to be. UTV be broadcasting. And the stations in our broadcasting. And you may be as a report no fire show. And so no be a Yakata one so study Ghana for who share we now. Petition now. And yet Ghana for a seven. Almost the same me and no. I said, you bet me, I said, yeah, you can kind any to me. A be and to make kind and to me. But imagine a muda of fine enemy youngster. And to the air cost to now money. The air cost to no money. And see volunteers in the call out to say, yeah, almost collected the kinds of signatures. How would you make up? And so no idea with you. Sabi. Some station where you are a key broadcasting station. So I'm also the question, and you tell them for a country more much. Ewo, your kind of language or more to me TV. And so I said on the person on the sign. They are not only a key idea, and I'm running a furniture. And before the overtime printing, you can't, you are on the on the way no when say that can't in a language you understand. No what you have to say yes. Now what from printing. Now the plan now can't no so sign it on the side. Usha so who are listening now? You know come. So there will be contact now being cast. You know what have been done. You can't say we now push a baby why. And now my dear Mr. Kanka say listen now one who know a Ghana for one a be free a be or US sign a be or Canada a be or UK be or Australia any Spain Netherlands or we now sign it and to get Ghana for you take Ghana and run I do say my man the group the on my way back I had about 3 calls, one from Australia, Spain, and I think the Netherlands was saying, complaining that we should even do them on paper demonstration, on the back down. Because the air person, I quite so you will be a man in Kayasamo Mayan. And almost echo, baby, I'm much here, no, I don't come. So, what is I chrono crown crack, we can't need. And so, on the person, I bet question, I bet question. Now, that's almost I'm bomb a cheer. Omanya baby, Omanya and cry, but Omani Jim. And so they are also worried. Saying, yeah, you can't say, yeah, I said, you take down a hamqua, and I say, again, yeah, you to me, Obi to send me no studio, nay, more workers, you to the kind excellent, but they are people who are. Oh, yeah, you can't say, if you're telling me, but what she had, man, I don't say. Obetumi akan kan atro but on them nyansa school na said if you went to nyanko bi anase yentu yanfa na nko bi but on them nyansa pa omuni na saying and so yansem no tiawa oja from professors to your kind of saying omo a said like me kan ye to make kind to make sure same stress students medical doctors omuni na kafin so asem no tiawa me nua bema.
Okay. Na yembisa mu ye. Eba ne sana mutimi gada asan krofo we nyina ma ebi womode womebe tomprente ye. Womuso ebetima sign eba ne sana mu create awareness. Ema such people wombe join in petitioning.
We work with volunteers. There are people who volunteer to assist us to get this thing done. And so the volunteers, about 10 volunteers, when call from place to place. It be call University of Ghana, Legon, UPSC, maybe a mechanic, different locations. But yet, even Ushemwa, Usha list in moi. I saw for the crowd documents maybe. Emma, call for and sorry, money be assigning in the night. The American, we did this. The volunteers did this within 24 hours. When once a word of mouth very strong that the petition is going around, and we are not afraid. Hey, me person best sign. We are not afraid. My name is sorry, Mano. Yes, we have to see a sign because the airport to me not say and check. Emma Nioma Dana and entity. And so yes, you have to see a sign. And so it was just a class action, a mass action of Ghanaians from all walks of life. Because we didn't want a situation because for no one said, Yenya will be near a grant young kind. And a year main say, assembly your man, but we all know, say, and your money be uncle. And it is not about NDC MPP. It's not about CPPPP. Opa, and then petrol station bureau. Only a petrol station, petrol, no, said it, Nebuono, a coffer. May you saw more motor caswa. It be 24 hours, so if you crowd on roof. Omonya Ghana for. Then I hear Ghana for. And to say, beginning us and cool ye na say, Yankee Yanka. The Eta Ghana, Yamiam and Patana say Ghana, no man say ya. If I never go to Togo now, see, and if the Bakupe Atna so echo how many years now. I want to and I have Nigeria, Boko Haram crew, Apa Kotinaho. You find out Burkina Faso. and I have Coco d'Ivoire. I find it. And so media say Ghana. Say you kuta Ghana ye nyoma 2 year. Ghana that's not Abuche. I lived in Abuche for a long time. Ghana the only thing is that nyoma ni bi koyi. And so sometimes when you be on Kawasa Mawa, now the view are the better. It's in the first parliament, and so to answer you directly, volunteers got involved to help the signing, and the signing is still going on, and people are angry.
A man focus so eba pendulum signatures.
Oh yes, yes. People are still calling that they because they have a parliament in term before sitting and then. So because it was supposed to have even gone on Thursday, but let me say a document because the exhibits now they are there because the exhibits and evidence now they are there. They see the gathering and so just around Thursday, I'm saying that number about 88. And so Thursday now, me and say, Friday and no Wednesday night me and say, and between Thursday and any Wednesday and any Thursday no. Now we have had about a double of the number that initially had signed, and so as we speak. People are still calling the volunteers and saying 70%. And people are even saying they want to come down from other places to come and we should demonstrate. In the case of Parliament, we GB pass Parliament. If you want a person,
Okay, now say Parliament at a bipartisan committee. Now one more tenant and we so are. And no emphasis dear na edebeba because Emranumpo institutions abanyumaku emrane hye omo se wo mbetimi edu obi akwako gina amrana no se ba se wafa kuntu na se afọ man sika na bibi etesa wo mokra mpo na wo manya enyinaso yo na parliament bipartisan committee de na wo mbetimi aye.
Parliament is very strong. It's a very strong institution, but the akwakwa say since 1992, Aqua one-sided study, the friend of Robert Stamp, because over no majority no, maybe Omuka can cover 170, na minority no number 90 something and now 60 something. In that way no, over to Omomantra or Parliament, and they say you can have your say, and then yes, Mubaka, by and so far I say a person here, Paso. Aqua say, oh, Mukano. But at the moment, fortunately, many of them are NAT4 studio, staff. We have 137, MPP4 137 MPs, NDC4 137, and a Nipa Bako and a independent, or no Apakokan MPP party, no, and on my majority. And now we have one, and then the Passive doctor, Passive EP. Will be a parliament. Now, so we are in point. I say I don't put a stretcher, so I do ambulance money at the Waba because no party can afford to lose one person. And what should I say? The parliament, the 8th parliament of Ghana, is the most important, one of the most important in terms of your governance structure. And parliament can pronounce you guilty. Parliament definitely pronounce you guilty, and sanctions can apply. Recommendations. Parliament can do it, but the is because in the past, when petition if it was a clear majority, what do they call the speaker himself is on one side, and so but at the moment the speaker or the baby or from a different so. The idea what we have today is the best because maybe a lot of the things are possible. Can't be, but then Parliament is no longer a rubber sample. No, normally and council say ministers call a very speaker by your council Martin Parliament may appoint Obianco who visits can't speak. Think about okay, but the market in a match. but mina parliament sapone kuta me mapon obi anko fi one and more I work an article there as well as sign by waba and then there's also better. So for me my brother Marcel say when you say even among for the police I have intel that the report will be made very soon. And so maybe the other say I've heard people say so you know what? Me know any Ghana food now, like I said, we are very discerning. Ghanaians are very wise. Let's take our more a parliament. Ghana food in them. Nipa or more intro and no more kind of correct. Ghana for before the report. I was always work on a commission of inquiry report. And I said, Ghana for you now and Nipa or more country and no more utilize the amount for any or more. Eventually, even though there was a white paper, the Mwakano, the president said the Mwakano, but meaning to Ghana for in him say the president can nearly find one, but only the 2 minute chrono. But the attorney said the report is still there has indicted people who shall be aware what law can the castle say. Why indict who will be no? You have about 6 months to go to court. Okay? 6 months to go to court. You go and set it. 1 year. 1 year. There are certain things you can't even do in this country. And to me, the parliament is so powerful, especially the 8th parliament. So, for me, Marcel, Omunya Yushim, Yanka said, this Liadapa or a Crompo, Yanka, but if Omukwasam Lumua and Lebe Boy who said, okay, say this year. About the criminal aspect, then we will know. So whether there will be a recommendation for the issue to be reopened. As simple as that.
Na aya ma Mrs. Liadapa oya public office holder ti na ye can say because ye can say sika aya yadwen se hyehyɛ nkrofo dem no enya asem ketewa Ghana so mra bia nsi obi an ho kwan se odi sika ebegu ni dem. It is it because na yede oman ni dwumadie bi ahye ne nsa enu ti na asem no ya twen ababedo this level.
Marjorie, oh, Missy, I'm into business. I've done business for the last 30 years, who said it. Who baby some say, ebi aka ya mi, ana edan ya mi kuma, me more receipt express down with. Me na me toye. Me some mount receipt express me eduma say na me ya. Me produce one mount. Me I can't say. Say me nyam bisika emrane say my business no me theater me theater na we tax on profits na dey keka ho no and tax on earnings na dey keka ho no emrano entumi enhye me say e bia ese me dey bisika to ha ana ese me bisika to ha but so you be a we public officer sabi man there we public officer we you tioka e bia 10,000 20,000 Ghana cedis a month. Now say about fee. Now say a 10 million. Even 1 million Ghana cedis it will be. And Marani say, as usual, I just said, yeah, we have people who are in parliament. Everyone is obliged to say, several of them. But I mean, you too obliged to say, Honorable Kennedy, Japan. Oh yeah, he was doing business before he went to parliament. There are several of them who have been in business before going to parliament. Nipa Sano, don't go to PNS or for Tusikaswa. You should be able to explain to you, say, me running business, and Sikano, sometimes we have payments need the sometimes we have payments need to say, more we mama, so go not crying any bank account. But so yeah, by a duma, only business they are running. Now say, Yebabe, BBC is here. I'm running to the and under money laundering, no, Mandari, the rule of evidence, no, is not on the person alleged, no. As the idea, let me say, Ghana for are aware of it. Nipana or until to say, Ebia Chicago, one fact my persona, Udinia Chicano. the onus is not on the person to prove under money laundering. The nipa no accuse you are, meremu no so accuse you are. One of our country evidence number say, yes, sikano, eduma say na meye wa ha, eduma say wa ha, eduma say wa ha, eduma say wa ha. And before you can say, payment no evidence like say nipa we e tria me kam ye eduma no eni na so ke waka no fe. And answer wo. So the evidence rule, one of the areas that the evidence rule no, is on nipa na accused no to prove say ampa sikano announce the year can ne dia ananya ne dia. And so for me, I'm not pronouncing Cecilia Dapa you can say guilty. And now petition no the year can say be terrible apostle and the parliament is and mind. Very simple. Young share administratively. Panana or yes, and answer when who next man here. And answer or share that. Basically, yen none and San Pancoma you can't say Cecilia Dapa. That's all we are asking for. So very simple, man, Jerry.
Now, so one would your recommendations say it will go back to a institutions here. No mugu suye yo say basse. And no maybe women is almost sign trigger your processes in the BMA. And yes, your console, your dasujina, your quantia.
No, also in Semino say there are a lot of institutions that where my moha almost say, oh, media Nanando, more down on the media Nanando empowerment. And so I am only answerable to His Excellency the President of the Republic. Me answerable to BR. But campaigning for no, any enchilman or monso bar, if you are that some bar position, if you say, oh, the human one in the year, Ariana Ghana for, I can't boom say, you must say, or I hear there in Daito. They're in Daito, so they are, and you was in a bit bravo and what pushing for. And the Manjari, they are say, yes, obviously, the campaigning for now, a mushe time to maneuver with. So, we are Majuma year, the report, in Ghana for the best you give him. Oh, my, that's indictable. Then the thing will be sent back to investigate. That alone is very important. Important. And now, what's the
Daniel Domilevo, former Auditor General.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying on this GH4 Kasai, so I'm also Natasha. Okay, BB say, you go for on your membrano and on the edge, and run your mouth watching baby. I say, you are your papa for your evidence here. Or Moody Tata, or more for say, Omune Abino and agree. Because some time ago, a Yoko formed the car say, some procurement breaches. I don't know, Council of Mr. Bosha Mumrani, no country. Which of Mumrano that say, if there's a procurement breach, Munesa will and I procure Yoko for the country and say, it doesn't lie in his mouth to say that. I mean, can you imagine under the Fourth Republic, under a human rights lawyer, institution, Yadem Brahma or Sapaya Juma, what the Brana to change say, Umbrano, procurement breaches in Castle. Now, the panel beside say, and then now you're able to say it doesn't lie in your mouth. No one can help you. So you needed to go to court. It's not about why you're wrong and I say why you're right, but you should work within the law. And not in a special prosecutor. I did document, I did you say, now, when Momo law, looking at your law, Mona more to me. And I Yoko according to a mono, so what do we go to see? Apart from that, there may some of us maybe have it in some Yoko for cancer. Over to blame special prosecutor. On him, you ask yourself, so where do we go to? Then I'm busy a yam. Then I'm busy a yam. Because which year Yoko Fona, led by Omo, the head of you, you can't say, first of all, documents, or almost prepare normal the crack out to talk about from special prosecutor. And what can we have special prosecutor because they Obwa documents, what the man and crab, there one Obwa. The all kind of Jerry. Idea ASL. any idea a 1,000 and so Oko Casabia a 100 and 1,000 and next and other Casabipana or type on the 7 if you are on the 10 and 2,000 any 100 a so then 10 but Oko Casa idea 1,000 any Usha and Katan and Troshi also it is totally different and to the American United States the contradiction any Utia contradictions at one point in two Kasafra are contradicted it means there is something big time at Akoswa and T1 and American. It doesn't matter so we MPPD. So Kaswa, there's only 24 hours in the big rookie. It doesn't matter so we NDC and as a PPP, CPP, the Ekekamu. Depend, what's a Kaswa, only 24 hours, who's Tatiano Far, and the following morning, I'll be through where you're coming. We'll be through because finding yet. A higher Ghana for. You Ghana for, they do so, yeah, possible. And to know any be honest and Koswa. Nakaya, partisan politics not to change. Niaka, at the end of the day, young voters, none, I'm up for a price on the room, the normal to me for Ababi. Young, register, you generic register. There's a generic want to about a power and penny for some years. And to say, but say, Nanka, young Camp, Niaka, Muda Munyan, and my near command for you.
Okay.
Be a 1 year, there's a chance I have to.
Yeah, public officer biano, wo ye access declaration. Adema kwa won so we are now the assembly ponu asiliano na de kwa auditor general. Eno no eje mra na ebe auditor general na kwa kwatfa envelope no wate ano. Enti ya maame abena Cecilia dapa yenim se waye we declare the assets. E de na si wo kwan se aga adwumakuo we no womo ebe trigger sa emra no na akoyi ne envelope na pie. Roma bia no yahu se sika na ono no ka se ebia ye bra bi no ma bɔ dadaada yenya ne tie se ni kunu kura se for the past 20 years eno mo chance ye se wo mo ye savings eno mo di se sika na gu o ebia we declare awoma sana ka no so be ma clarity bi o ana
so nim say enu ti na ese yenya nhwehwemu no se parliament san nhwehwemu na me ni abema omo be either say iyokofo no special prosecutor and they can come back and say, oh, you can't say answer declaration, no, but the who follow special prosecutor findings, and they can come one. And you baby from the class, almost go feel on. Almost can scam a reaction. Almost can scam a reaction. So I'm one of Yamina make out. Moamu some triple animal. Mopotre any is being kind any issue. Almost one can come at the action. Special prosecutor no. Omo maybe I just said, oh my yes, so muy. And no more the akanama you. And so and we are not saying that can madam sister the party you. And yes, but there's been an allegation of such normal uncle ye. The opinion for one being so at the moment. Blaming themselves and I said blaming one another. My excuses. Try to hear there. As simple as that. Yan baby, I say, ye day as some natural. Young Ghana for the bit to be read. So what? One my joy online. But that man, you can't say, Sergeant Alorga at Ford. You can't say, retired. No, can 1979 makers no or no or you be one of the main perpetrators. Wababe Kasa. There was a time here, Michiano, about 10 years ago, today. And I'm going to say, hey, now, then you see how your IT expert, or Kotina UK, or call, after who now Kotina UK, no. Let me say, he did, he worked in various. So he's an IT guru. So not only one of the agencies, and I was contracted to do some consultants in Michiano. And he did. And I'm saying, hey, no, I'm shut down. I know the and I'll catch him so at the right time or the cassette. And now, as I say, there are certain things I am paying for the big car, and yet, and to a muncher on my knee because important to say, we will respect each other's views and each other's rights. The media they say heat in the corner and say, volunteers they call out some of the audios. Amount for signing on and they don't know where to go to. You would just imagine, literate, you to make sure I move media for you. You bet to be a casa and so now Ghanaians will say, okay, would you ever come parliament from the camp? It is better saying, say, you bet China sebi. Obi anadwene mo ka ne kakra. Now I taking advantage of all of us. Try to be destabilizing Ghana. Now mebunu no ejani adi lechi. Say ye mpanyimfo no omo ye de oma enye. And nipa ebetwitwa agi aboa eni. The Americans say ye democracy now ye practice no. It's still the best as compared to you can say any dictatorship any takeover. And so the ye democracy no ebe di akotene and they say yen Ghana food na ye tumi ye because what na manone penya na so just say the asylum seekers you know among for to kind of say they do omo and they can ho na obi owa bobra wo the crew. I met some of them in the UK wa bobra wo the crew and the bibia the jeopardy well johnny the whole na aba eda single room on no the yere ne ba. I don't think we ever want to get there. And to me, they say, we are doing this to deepen our democracy. Say, Obi na bibi hana, Odim say, Obenya Botre, 7th December, Beba. Apart from that, the Bibinia, we can rally around near the court, area parliament, so it's important to say, you better respect the citizens and the president. Yeah, yes, spectator. Yeah, yes, spectators. Yeah, yes, citizens. You're very respected. Yeah, who say yes, citizens. Jerry.
Okay. Na meja we and not just some volunteers no kwa abonti no ma culture almo say empanifo bi de nkrate ko parliament fa ye ma me Cecilia Dapa ne sika sem no ho eti no ma kenkan because ma hu say Franca Siku o kan me so so be ka volunteers no ho because which signatures ni bia Franca Siku no na ekenkan nkrata na de ma wo mo a womun timi enkenkan no mo de wo kokromotia tim so sa na eti ho.
Yes.
Okay.
I idea mramu ya friend Jura to no nipa no on to me enkan.
Yeah.
And so Mrani say obe kind actually nipa no in the language that nipa no what ya say.
Yeah.
So nipa ni dia hyeso. No one be stand nipa say dem be kind no Mr. Say be clean the kind no ewe mo. What ya say then nipa say yes. Now what's wrong thing? Now what's wrong language are all interpretation no. Ewe no say how was I no answer. We are not say okay and yes Mr. Consent team so I actually say I'm part the AI no what you say. No or the settings so announce one time na I pepe. And so the AI no mrafan your friend Jura and under the law your friend Jura. And so we have to do it in a way that we be in contact baby and cassette. And these people, some of them even wanted to add their national ID card. And the car said that. I know we are going to breach the data protection act because you to publish more ID cards.
But I don't know man found my telephone numbers and come home because
okay. And also can Data Protection Act, you know, the telephone number. You cannot publish someone's telephone number without you can say, getting in touch with you can say, what's the name?
Oh, but that where there was what can I say? Some of them were willing to say, "Come publish it from a national ID number." Say, no, dear. But telephone number, I'm catch any pan say, "You for telephone number account not call G2 man. I come with the account and only be one my for." Etimia validating yes, a baby baby address and Marco Church baby now. What names be the about?
That names the OCO on the national ID database. OPES will be a personal verification. National security for are allowed to have access. Any some of the agencies. OCO national Obodina, the person's name of Papa. Obodina, Nipa Nidin, ever Papa up. but yeah, man, the person you be telephone number be so.
Okay.
Now, I be able to now and also a security threat because we are not doing that to create problems for anybody.
Oh, okay.
We are doing that because one year you go and people will be put in harm's way, and so because friend the panel now obi akwa that obi say share me hana me we carpenter and be say ma wa adwuma na the akwa akwa obi tinu ekunu sabi and I plan the panel na emwa. And so we needed to, while doing this, also take into consideration, say, with students overexposed signatories. Now, say, young man said, yeah, all your signatories now, and when you want to are all known. Oh,
yeah, Martin Kwebu Kasa, Domelevo, Kasa, yeah.
Professor Jampo.
Professor Jampo, yeah.
Omunina Kasebi. Some of the omun to me and can and surely be crack as the more media for be answered, the infant said need to fully Onyamdom, one boama, Yenya, Muyo Chibrofo, and language be apart from tea, need to for Omutiemo, and you move better some money be Becasa. Young fat more or number mamma from Omonamo Becasa, because only on Chibrofo, or no more Becasa, watch him say, Dibium or Tiemu program. And I hear person now, Moka Etra say, Emma Muti. And so Sabi, Omonye, Omagin Mudaho, the first one to win Toronto, and say, and can come into some argument Mudaho. And so some of them actually, they told the volunteers to say, even if you, the media, would want to speak to them, they will provide their telephone numbers. Namuno Mwakasa, they will language, not Omwaka, near to your say. They need to append their signatures. And these signatures were collected in less than 24 hours.
Oh. It's money how many days in a year?
Oh, like I said, less than 24
hours. Less than 24 hours and I'm going to capture idea when you know.
Oh, less than 24 hours.
Hey, and if 100, you know. Tireless womb.
137. And if 137, less than
127.
Yes, Nipa 137.
One metal pan womb, taxi drivers, spare parts for one total of organizers. Hey,
that's a
wow. And then across the country and as and crime pay.
Across the world.
Across the world.
Me see a big Ghana for signing, Ghana for Emma or signing from the USA. Digital signing.
Oh yes, you can do that.
From the USA, a big signing from the UK, from Spain, from Australia, New Zealand. A big signing from Togo, a big signing from Nigeria, and a Ghana the football is a Tanga airport bukum. And so, and you think crime for that.
But I can see prison officers, I can see police personnel, hey, yes. Fire service, phone, fire service personnel.
Thank you.
Ah. I mean, so Ghana, on the Betana Casenti. Yeah, we're so Ghana, yeah.
And now, friend in Nesson and Casa, what Casabi, but station friend in Nesson and Casa, or Becasa.
I Becca Sandra Crambe from Tennessee, my friend, and I'll pay.
Thank you. And to the American say, and yet Ghana for a walk Ghana, yes, and an anchor. It is Ghanaians all over the world. It's truly, but yet we did it in a way that, and the moment Ghanaians heard about it, oh, that is one thing. A man for Saramsi and Logan. And you know, correct. Obia Castle said Ghana for no Ghana. And you know, correct. And Kanyoma, the normal to 2 years. Ghanaians are one best people. And Kayadoyama and the power. But unfortunately, when you want to be a no money, one year, now man for both no market cancer. Oh, they be man cry, oh, they woman is my class on ya, and before you don't hear one. So I'm telling you that. So what's now? My dear, what's now? The Ghanaian is the most hardworking person anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
If you are watching now, here to maybe Ghana be a 99% of Ghanaians. You probably buy one. Ghana be a train. And I say back to one. Kasa train, how do you kasa in a language? They find a tree kasa, which most people speak. Or better to because when you see a Ghanaian concentrated on it, for me, I want people to know, say, Ghanaians, the Doye Minor, and this petition actually, you kind of saying, amplifies that the Ghanaians and the man. Look at Dom Logo. Oh no, when he left public service, what baby I was saying, no mutual pay or yen Najuma, and can you have this on Dogana, obviously the Tina, or did the team the chassis?
Now, when a trigger action way.
Oh, so him say is the Martin people no be na start kasa, but me I will say yen nyina ye ka ho bi men ka say me yen nyina ye ka ho bi. We it is yen nyina men ka say nipa baako.
Na it just a more the leading members more trans you said there be some yes way.
Yes, the leading members we actually felt, you know what, the echo suning here. And apart from that, Ghanaians were actually also talking. Ghanaians are talking. Now, majority is how we are senior journalists. We are into Mubiemo station, Mubiemo station, radio lines here. And I am some TV. And some TV. How Ghanaians express their reservations about this matter, this particular matter, and other things in the public arena. And to motivate. And fortunately, young stations our Ghana hanon so boa because Obia Adena Baba Shanabo and to so fret FM Nas or Kasa, Nani Boa Tony Yem Kaka. But a proof and things where we are, it must go beyond your kind of need FM.
Okay.
They go another level. And I say that like I'm saying, people don't even know the essence of a station like Lit FM. Move the airlines now. Obia Obedi Matem. Me say about Obedi Matem. But next and a Shanabo says Obedi Matem. Obia no super Beka about the president said the American in an equine one no. Honestly, Shanabo, but when you're having the eyes person. Even though I don't support me no they say me no agree, no about no Matem, now can be an fine so no. But the young concentrating on the issue. Mammy Yana Mammy MPP and this. Because here can say me, a lot of my friends are in the MPP, a lot of my friends are in the NDC and the other parties. Then the most important thing is in Ghana for me say the 1992 Constitution referendum, the me too be. I was old enough to have voted for the 1992 Constitution to be promulgated into their one. And so so for me, you people are playing a critical role to ensure that peace and cohesion at the moment, Ghana for answer to change 7th of December, normal for 12. A two friend, now say, you can't eat here someone. Now say, some of us, bashi easier. Now, yes, easy, I am pet, Adokwe, as a yes, but that be, you deny it, Ghana, a minor, and that was so am my dear, so what Obia was in Amanoni and answer of what would from Amanoni Ghana for. On the after I was say, Anna, Nyoma Koso, I will be a the train service are saying echo, the bus are saying echo. Say this. We are human quantity, I said, Ubenya, the other one, the MO. But Ghana, there are people who are paid. They can come to me, hospital come to me, or you don't come to hospital. These are the things I have, and Ghana is blessed. Blessed with human beings and blessed with natural resources. We are including the sun. And now you're so cry at all. I don't think they say in school are effort. A hindrance to your development. Obia wako Holland dia. But alcohol. Obia wako Holland dia because Holland, you see Holland the corona is in school so. The band I want to say Holland is one for MN20 after a month for Kendra say yes I be more people be 12 years old. A school kakreya and 2 years then afan. The kaswa for to me on to me coffee. I mind this no omo enso no omo you feel so no yan kwa yan so pete kakra na afọ baby na say baby na e fire.
Okay.
Also we are blessed. Why can't we come together and say ya bra yan penyin for no and to see amoya the point I say more fashion no yeah violence the mobile camera fine so that's exactly what the petitioners are saying.
All right. Dr. Adam Bonano pay that's it.
Mr.
Dr. Adam Bona, a security analyst, CEO, security warehouse, or ye part of the petitioners, sir. One more than Krata, the command gun, I'm not sure about your FIFA, your mammy Cecilia Dapa, and send some of the names you should make cause. No, Musu say, I dear no, and one may be uncle Yente, say Ghana for your TRC and into Parliament, empower your bipartisan committee. Now, one more year, you should more and fan neat. 100.9 as in your nintini no edi and common nano pay.
Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie.
Special happy birthday to Francis OSEI Owusu. Francis OSEI Owusu Woodrow and Kokoa Oton Eye Lorry Ties. And a Juma Koni a friend 11 brothers and Koko. So Francis OSEI Owusu aka Nanayao Charlie and a woody one with that. Ram happy birthday and Yakobon Shroud. On to Kwamina BBI to make us come. Ewo wabrabo mokoswa na onhwehwiraw. Need 100.9. What about your channel 0503721744 0503721744. Kwamna so many akwa.
Yo. Abusuafo de bokrata me de mamu achiama mu akwa be. Aye de bokrata your friend say telegraphic ya. Na telegraphic ya nemu ha. What the oba penny a chief of staff, Mammy Akosia Fremos or Parimphony Abatua. And walk at giants will be answering Cassa ye. Na ye Cassa and ya Cassa and what yenina yanya ambassadors here. Ya didn't summer yano cray at the Bessania Coffum. Zebila constituency. Ya se parliamentary race no. A one more sepa. Ogana megana. Yan neighbor to me abuana gana tumpanwa. This is a chocolate. Jen Donko Founder Emma Biako Treat Limited. Anna Yadema me Nymphony Abatua.
Okay. Pabra Mame kwa manuswenra NDC press conference no. Eye General Secretary Ura Fifi Fiavi Kwete ono na address ye. Na be de Chire Mustafa Gbande ewa omano so. Deputy General Secretary Mustafa Mache.
Derek.
Yes, sir.
Radia ya domo yetiasi yo.
Na be won ho ye de.
Eho ya pa.
Ye de Nyankopon ase. Na wachi ya mo national chairman na press conference ni nyina ne fa yisi ni dwumadi a odi ho. And in less than a week and some few days ahead, General Secretary so asamba press conference. Ni nyina ne fa electoral commission ni dwumadi ho. E de apote na e koso a mususu se ebe ha adwen. Hello Mustafa. Oh. Ade. Oh, amaniko atiko. Okay, ebe san friend bi me Mustafa Gbande. Oye Deputy General Secretary ya de ma NDC. Amanatiko. Amanatiko de ene so mo.
It was so a Ghanaian times, yeah. Asam no a
Okay, waba yankwe. Mustafa, me want you. Biem. Aha, what baby I wanna say ahoma na mu nyo wade. Me was so na me nya oye.
Hello.
Mustafa. Hello Mustafa Gbande.
Me tell pa.
Okay, and Ramo press conference and about the same.
How was that? First of all, I'm coming 51% because I am on today.
And then,
Maybe now for my problem be we have a question and I'm not any problem.
and no see MP before.
Oh, we be a boom.
Hey,
I'm going to be a black. Yeah, be a good. I'm going to be a class of the book. Many are first conference that last week, national company for first of the including in the midst of DVR machines at IRA. Now I can't see registration. Because
Mustafa na de wa homa pa minnim be kura na de wo hye yo.
I am before now.
Eni nyina bi before na.
I have like a
Okay, o de me manage na hwe. Ana me yes I'm from you. Why?
sir.
Okay. Yo.
Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie.
Na Ghanaian Times Democrat ananim ha finance minister odaha was sign agreement ya eye $200 million yo. Afe watra say Emma yo.
Okay, my yes I'm try.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. Mustafa.
Magnet,
Yes sir. Okay, you too.
sir, in the midst of registration, yan chain crofwa retrieve missing devices. No. The only option available to you now is your phone, sir. Any access machines, no serial numbers are more. So, what Benz, Unko baby, I parking Benz car by 10, the same color, the same year. The only difference I'll be to me identify about every the other no a car number no aname boy.
Yeah, car number and I said chassis number no.
The only way to identify a machine ira yantimi ampa nye registration bia you share numbers now what machines this year. And international chairman insists that serial numbers need as I said yema yani ko na ma obonefo bi nkofa de ayera no emfa meka ho, particularly at the time one mu ko fa machine no obi ko wiade a you can burglary you be attack door near the idea, but so far uko easy akachewa based on a year no there was no burglary. In fact, if the honum by standard operating procedures no there ought to be a CCTV camera up to date. And the commissioners at the Electoral Commission has not exonerated themselves from being suspected to be interested parties or prime suspects in the missing BVR machine. So we need to make that point very clear. At this point, I want to believe that some of the commissioners are behind the stealing of the BVR machines because they are managers who ought to be managing the Electoral Commission and ought to take prudent decisions that will safeguard the properties of the commission. And they haven't done that. Number two, registration a yakoso na enema network and some machines break down near the national chairman address here. Near Sansu detect ya a dangerous pana general secretary so Ebeka and what someone ran is registration ya no. What was NIA any Electoral Commission data beboa. They see across your call synchronization. You synchronize the banks and now the transaction via NIA. We are surprised to know, sir, Electoral Commission and linking on database to NIA. NT so will be a fake ID card the crown or the national ID card. No, yeah, the court EC office that they are on the basis allow the person to register. Yet synchrophobia onipa ba kutimidi card ba ko ega ema enkrofo be 16 and 18 register ye.
Mentia chromo ye card ba ko enkrofo 16 the register send say ho.
I or the guarantee am enkrofo. Yes.
Aye guarantee system no.
Unim say card no. Everybody has their Ghana card. What is here? Ghana card no have a unique ID number. So when you synchronize the two, Ghana card and EC database, you'll be able to know say unipana okuta Ghana card no. The Ghana card no a genuine card and answer any genuine card. Do you understand up to this point? So far, because of lack of synchronization, who could a fake ID card the crowd now the qua? Nothing detects the ID card now crano a fake.
That is what is happening in the registration. And at 2, yebano enkrofua.
Enti me as Mustafa. Wo say obi kuta Ghana card. Or Ghana card no wetimi dia guarantee e dia man nipa 16.
When him say before you will you guarantee for somebody, you must as well be having a Ghana card.
Me pacho ane.
And there is a minimum number of people that you can guarantee.
That is
for.
10.
Yes. Obi atibia ya broso.
Ena what nipa no we
Later near who ni that's a who read the press conference na chairman bo want me na.
Ena me say mo ye den.
Airport too, yeah. That is why we are doing a press conference to say that at the internet, if you enter me and link from database to NIA, so that we'll be able to check all of these inefficiencies. That is why we are raising the press conference. Number 2, number 3, social appointment of returning officers, district officers of the Electoral Commission. CI 91 Regulation 8. If he ever proposal and Crawford or intended to appoint them as returning officers. Now, proposal names to New Year within 15 clear days, one perma all the political parties to express their opinion whether they object or they agree. Commission no answer. A day before registration, a commission no year press conference, and all Ghana force will go ahead to appoint returning officers, which is a clear violation of the regulation of the commission, Electoral Commission.
Was the returning officers recruited by YISE, no?
Yes.
What one more?
Who read the regulation?
Yeah.
It entails that the commission will, the people that the list that the commission will prepare, they are not appointees. They are called proposed names at that level. So the commission would have to go through another step by giving those proposed names to political parties to express their opinion about their objection or otherwise about the names that is their proposal.
Yeah, that is correct.
Electoral Commission didn't do that.
It's money the list. Money.
Electoral Commission didn't consult any political party. Any MPP.
Me say NDC money list nana.
We are not talking about the law didn't talk about a list. The law says that within some number of days, you should write to political parties, give them the list.
So do you have it or you don't have it?
Yeah, no, it's not as if we don't have it. He didn't do it before the engagement of these individuals. He did not do it. It was a day before registration, Electoral Commission and the press conference. And Obeka so no appointed returning officer. And they are going to start work. Contrary to what the law is saying. But the commission should not be in a position to break its own law. So that is the second basis of the press conference.
Okay. Maybe so. And normally we want to say you why Nina yentiasia.
Yes.
May you aware say Electoral Commission one more recruitment that they publish over your daily simo. You'll be called. You apply. You'll be called for interview. Obeko interview. Who call interview ni we na so mo fawa. One more this proposed names in my political parties. Na mahwem na say or how be wo ho na mususu say obi wo man sem fata say our list ni ma draw the attention of the Electoral Commission.
Yes.
Everybody na mo NDC for mo saka list of returning officers are ejuma.
And I make a choice that the
presiding officer. Right?
The commission didn't do it.
They didn't do what?
Even in your own follow-up that you have just made, the procedure that you have just stated, the commission didn't follow that.
The commission didn't publish?
It is not about publication.
Okay, number 2 there.
You must address it to political parties. And political parties will peruse. within 15 clear days before a start of exercise in fact, before voting. So even to engage those people as registration officers is even a breach of the law. So these are the issues.
And you're very important. Everybody will say economy work because any clarity, any claim, and family. The American me say time bang and the munya the list of persons.
Electoral Commission press conference a day before registration. Okay.
Uh-huh.
That was the day Electoral Commission announced to the whole world. So no go ahead to engage or to recruit and appoint returning officers. And those returning officers are for 2024 election, and they are going to serve as registration officers for this limited registration, contrary to the law.
It is Sabrenon Yana, one for less than
that. Because if time is the recruitment, okay, yeah. You better want some say in your information, say Bossman Asari, any MPP4 at the list be in them, and that they should take political influences out of the recruitment that EC is doing. Now you're making sure that and Crofona, appointing woman, and as the commission intends to appoint, must be able to be professional enough to do the work by law and the work transparently in accordance with law. You remember this conversation? Yet one electoral commission announcement so no employees for 2024, and they will also be serving as registration officers for these registrations.
Okay, to us, the
third issue is that registration now ECOSO have recorded pockets of violence. It is important that the police will serve as a strong buffer to ensure that the processes are going on very smoothly. One issues of mine on the idea. Last week we called Upper West region. In fact, even Ambrose Derry, Honorable Ambrose Derry, while with the constituency, me work a year pictures are the NADMO coordinator or more appointed Markofa miners be and combat womudia a yema and for the pamo. All of these issues, are, as I said, they are addressed. The Chrono still in Upper West. We detected that Electoral Commission have deleted some names from a voters register without the knowledge of the political parties. We only got to know because in that particular constituency, Nadoli Kalu constituency, saying, machine back on Electoral Commission, they call her. And the Ebisa almost say, I didn't know Mama machine back up. And I'm so, according to EC rule, the last registration I had went to me and register 140,400 and above. Yeah, my machine back up. And they almost say, Nadoli Kalu in the last registration, one more registered 2,292. Nearby the Dana after the catcher one said they didn't meet the threshold of more than one machine. And one of the revelations now say over 900 names have been deleted from that constituency's register. And then says, so can the Electoral Commission delete names of people without recourse to the political parties?
New registrants we no man.
Old registration now, 20 registration before assembly elections.
Assembly elections 2023.
Yes. And you see you bisa EC officer or Jose. I didn't tell about I was the head office and or no nim hoshi. And you see you call regional director cannot give any explanation. And you see mu ko udu wa central. One central so one more delete over 4,000 names. And a one more good enough no IT officer of NDC no I was software to be. So he was able to detect and I went to argue. One more reverse is 4,000 no. One more sako shemu over 120 of the names are still being deleted. Then they went back to the commissioner to ask, and also evidence, the normal evidence, all of these have happened at the blind side of the Ghanaian public and all political parties. Sir, easy, easy headquarters. Now we're deleting Cropodian register without anybody knowing.
Na nipa ne yes ade na no dey achieve dey.
Or they achieve it.
Yeah.
Then they review election.
The deletion of the names also 4,000 back on 900. So we are talking about by 4,900 voters, so eligible voters.
Now so Kakwe say crano. The enumenyan evidence say over 1,048 to say transfers have been done. Abra enye voter transfer by the Electoral Commission.
The allegations are becoming too many. Mustafa, Madam Rumor.
Say you know what for phone. No afraid easy for no.
You go so hear from fan on 5 because there may person me when say sa deletion na work no. Na one more delete na one more the reggae elections no. Said the best no man say where you NDC, where you people, where you gum. It's ye delete sa for need free how.
I didn't know how delete or something again. I didn't know all of these deletions didn't happen in Eastern region. Yeah, they are man poor. So we know when somebody is trying to steal. So where the deletion occurs determines the agenda. And
so is it factual? Say easy a delete names, intentionally and not deliberately. If they are working, no cry.
Whether deliberately, factual, or unintentionally, we have discovered it. So, General Secretary of the NDC and the National Chairman of the NDC, there must be an issue, strong issue enough for them to want to mount a podium and speak to those issues in the interest of the rule of law, in the interest of our democracy, in the interest of the credibility of the commission. These are the issues that are mind-boggling. So on the Okrauti Consul, granted, the American so that is why we tell the commission, in fact, if you ukaya publish names to be data be one website. Say summary of registration okay. And NDC Director of Election, Dr. Omani Buama, the IT department, quick search, because we have a system that is tracking every single thing throughout this process. In fact, our system is robust than what the EC has. So we are ready for the 2024 election. Into a year, any detective say EC have not published correct figures. Any raising up. The following day, now ECI press conference, so they have detected some mistakes and they have corrected it. Even after the correction that they said they have made, we still found out that they have transpositioned the figures. So the total will give you the same thing, but they have used one region's figures for another region. So if you have a commission that works like this, it leaves much to be desired and it leads to suspicion. These are the cases the NDC is making in the process of registration, which is a prime activity leading to the general election. So are we going to have a general election at the pointer? Easy, easy figures you must be holding a calculator and be following through. Easy kabibia, you must go and dig before you agree. It means that the commission have lost credibility, have lost integrity, have lost public trust and confidence. And that any time that the commission gets to that point, it is no longer a commission. It's an institution that deserves to be collapsed. It's an institution that should not be engaged in anything close to even assembly election, let alone a national election. That is the concern that political parties have. And these are very germane issues, serious issues of data maneuvering that we are talking about. It borders on the credibility of data. Yadi kwako chusu president, ama MPPO. free MPP, and now free NDC, ama Ghana for. It borders on that. It borders on trust. These are key issues that we believe that can undermine the credibility of the exercise of the election. These are the issues I believe can lead to conflict, a clear jeopardy of our security in the country. Because MPs Rebecca so Menamanya saying, NDC Rebecca Menamanya saying, the referee does not have the competency and the credibility to be trusted to serve as a buffer such that the public will trust. That is the problem, and that is what we find ourselves. If you are a political party that believes the Electoral Commission can rig election, you are not serious. I think he's ignorant and he still needs some level of education. Because if you talk like this and you sit at the Electoral Commission, it means you don't know your work. Jerry, you were in SR, the Medua for school. Your elections on campuses. Didn't you see elections being rigged before?
Election crowd will be a no better dispute. He said election rigging name.
So if a commissioner is talking like that, was he drunk? Is Boss Masare a drunkard? And answer to if a commissioner thinks that the political parties should not suspect that they can be rigging of election, does he qualify to be sitting there as a commissioner? And Boss Manasare must know, sir, dealing with election is not about sitting on radio and talking. It requires intellectual efficacy and credibility to be able to exalt yourself as a commissioner. And he lacks those qualities. He doesn't have it. He is politically influenced. He is politically minded. He is driven by a mindset that already despises some of the political parties that are contesting elections in which he serves as a commissioner. How are you going to engender transparency and a credible process if you have a commissioner who is so politically influenced? Recruitment of returning officers. He was all over with MPP, calling directors to change name. We mentioned it to him. What is he talking about? The thing we don't know. We don't know that this commission is in bed with President Akufo-Addo and government to rig the election. The thing we don't know. That is why we are bringing out all these facts so that Ghanaians will know when we get to that breach where NDC will insist that the right thing is done, we would have laid the foundation and everybody will be aware that we've spoken about it.
Okay. Say, do you have the list of people one more a year Jumawa grounds? Registration centers.
We know, but they are there. When we go to registration centers, the NDC has a system that tracks every single component, every single aspect of election. When we say we are ready for the election, we are ready. I was even shocked that we've been able to build such a robust system. Yes, it will never happen in the history of our country that you have a very veiled political party of people who cannot manage a country in the MPP thinking that NDC cannot collate results. It will never happen again. And I'm proud that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, through party leadership, have been able to put together these systems. And we have every single information, including serial numbers of every machine that have been deployed from the start of day till today. Jerry, I feel that there are some commissioners at the Electoral Commission who are in bed with the MPP, who have uploaded some data on the supposed mission machine. If the opportunity be one of these data no ever back into the system. This is my opinion. This is what I think. And we have every single detail. Let them try to maneuver and then they will see that we'll bring it out. So they are surprised that we have detected all the things they are doing. And think of what the EC headquarters or IT and our more threatening some of the directors when they want to complain. We are aware of all of this. And at the right time, leadership will talk to it. We are ready for the election, and all we are calling for is the right thing to be done. Nothing more, nothing less. The President Akufo-Addo and the right thing will be done, and the NDC will hold every player as far as the election is concerned, to do the right thing. We will not sleep. We will not be relentless until the right thing is done. Here, to abandon MPP, we need genuinely. Let them win. If they lose, let them leave. These are the people who are not working. These are the people who are not developing the country. These are the people who are basically stealing from the public purse. These are the people who are destroying our country and our generation. These are the people who are destroying the hope of Ghanaians, yet believe that their only way to win election is through the use of minors, through the use of foreigners, and through data maneuvering. These are the three strategies of the MPP. As we speak, their stand is that they are not going for a national election. They are going for parliamentary election. Sebia, Wobutimi, we need majority in parliament. No more useful is, with the judiciary that we have today to declare presidential results. That is the MPP's mind. The current crop of people who are in government, that is their mind. And I can assure them that it will not see the light of day because nobody is going to court. The election will be won.
Okay. Mustafa Mebacho, me say me question IBM. Do you have the list of amount for registration centers ana?
So by this time there you
Matimi ahwehwema hu say nipa ni bi questionable. Enter say wo mo ye adwuma ma draw the attention of the EC.
Now Jimesa is questionable. Bosman Atare is questionable. Dr. Pia Hene.
Mustafa Mebacho.
So let me learn. Let me learn. If EC boss herself is seen in dinner tables with President Akufo-Addo, one of the runners of the election, Apia Hene is an MPP appointee. Publicly, he was going to be appointed the regional minister of the Bono region. Recently, NC have donated computers to his project in his school where he lectured. Recently, we saw him in a rally with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Bosman Aftare is a PR person for the MPP. If these people at that level are questionable, how more the minor ones they appoint?
Mustafa,
so that is my answer to your question.
Mebacho, more problem ever recruitment exercise a year.
We have talked about a violation of the law. It's not about a problem. Margaret, if he can appoint you as a returning officer at the region, I don't have a problem. Which political party you belong? And Kofobisa we MPP, but I see that you are a journalist, a sound journalist, one of the best that we have. If you ask me a question that is MPP drawn, I will answer you in the NDC way. I don't have a problem. As far as you make use of the law, we don't have a problem. So what you are here. And we are saying that procedure is a violation of Regulation 8, Section 8 of TI 91. That is what we are saying. Ebumra is yamfa emra etase ya password ya appointing kofono. It is simple. So Dr. Pia Hinedi, you be a Council of State. Council of State have indicated that their advice was done recklessly without due diligence. We all know that as a matter of public record, that if they did due diligence, they would have been known that Apia Hene is an MPP, a political party appointee, and wouldn't have advised the president to go ahead and appoint him as a commissioner at the Electoral Commission. The guy has an appetite for politics than being a commissioner. That is why even after appointing him over a year, you can still find him in a party and a rally with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Because he's a politician, he's not a commissioner. He doesn't have the discipline, the control to have the appetite for political rallies. And what did I say commission in Home Pokrano on Traho, Obedianiako rally? How do you go and make a propagandist a commissioner? How do you go and make Obia politics higher there? Me, what did they call electoral commissioner? I'll end up going for every single rally of the NDC because the NDC is in my blood. So you haven't taken me through the training that will squeeze the NDC blood out of me. It is like Sam Okujato, who is a member of Council of State, an old man, but in his blood is typical MPP. So anything that he says is MPP. He is not a state man. He will never be one because he is partisan. And so these are the realities on the ground. Let people follow the due process in appointing these people, and everybody would have been fine.
I want him say, Waka say a year appear, and regardless of their Obia Dream Benny, I have to ask my questions. Waka say a year Urapia Hene Wako political rally. Do you know for a fact say Wako rally? Or political rally?
No,
maybe so.
Baumia is doing a tour. Sato the Krano. Baumia the team, Tanso copy near John Mahama ye no muye. Erokrano, Wamuya Krano. It's full of comedy and dancing. It's not full of serious issues. Now, Commissioner, no idea. No idea. It was not a state event. It was Dr. Mahmoud Bamia, who is the planner of the MPP on a rally. And then, John Mahama was it a state program? Is it not the same thing they have copied? Dr. Apia had no idea. Or Dr. Mahmoud Bamia chief driver.
Bebacho, winning program and not Dr. Apia Hen no Otiasi. Program winning program.
Or ya dear or I didn't see a young who Jimenez. I didn't see a young who a Kokusribo or and Apia Hen who tell me.
18 funny say Bebacho say me call Jabin Secondary School. Na Jabin Secondary School celebrating anniversary na me wo hwa. You question why say when who odame anakwabna mavo ho. Is that what you are implying?
Stikasu oko Jabin Secondary School. Stika. Na no hagi Dr. Mahmoud Bam na no so oko Jabin Secondary School.
Anyway, me ba show you to us. Now, say what do you expect the YC? Mo per se YC. Yawo enakakra say na 17th. They say akabe 4 days, right?
Aye.
Aha. It 4 days ya kai e de na mo hwe ni mo say easy ebeye.
Ne wom no say ye dia dance ye say easy niema na oye no entwemrem. Ye de besi ha. E de ya kai. About 1 day ebeko. Ebeko. But edikan akyere say yes utumra no akyere die. Edikan akyere ne commission ne ye. And edikan akyere so akyere say ebumra. Ye de besi ha.
Okay, me can say aka 4 days, but I'm say this in more than 4. Say one baby 27th.
Edikan I expose MPP, Electoral Commission.
Okay.
Most of the things that they are accomplished in. Ye de besi ha.
All right. Mustafa, and I don't pay you that say, so when you didn't come on. Yamisha Wonso. Yana Mustafa Gbande, or your deputy general secretary at the NDC. Or the no, it didn't come on. For your Jennifer 0503721744. 0503721744. Don't chronabo. Aye. SIC life more say me fan to anim say wo pe baby obeye shopping papa hassle free shopping when it SIC life more no be boa na with my hassle free shopping papa in your own convenient shopping experience. Womo wo enye nkran ha say wo du nkran a womo ne Presbyterian bookshop e dey hwe animo. Womo baby obetimi apake wo car e underground. I won't bet me a packet or car. Sarah so and a one more security bumbo for 1 more a year, you may year what SIC life more. Cosmetic shops, our mobile phone shops, mobile phone bin our tour, household items, dental and general clinical services. 1 year winning you now SIC life more. Now, 1 more day so be fresh 0244 98 33 36 0244 98 3336. Mekwa Manasuna Mene Director of Communication said the Dr. Mahmoud Baumia campaign team, Dennis Miracle Abuaje. There is this story. Or say the dollar rate would have been worse if it was managed by the NDC. We would have bought dollar for 25 cities. How? Why? Intia Dennis Miracle Abuaje, can say. Dennis Mache. Dennis Memoacho. Hey. I'm not over now, so.
I do not do it.
Okay, yeah, then I say, and that's on project, mammy. I didn't, baby, Anna.
Send her to the work.
Uh,
Send her to you. So I will be able to. That's also thinking I want to hear you. What's your people?
Hey, Azemo. Now, then is that then I work as exchange rate amount for the suburb bomber and reminisce the business community. One about my programs and run you torchlight. So, I just said they were all complaining bitterly. And I'm saying, exchange rate, you know, do munya. And I work as a this time and I can about 25 cities out. I didn't know, can say.
Oh, Mark, I think the exchange rate issues are very worrying. And the idea how will be effects on a quiet diet extremely difficult. It should be put on record say, and yeah, they are they are maybe aqua Bruno, Yenijum, and I say beer, Yeniso, and Mono. The Kofa, that conversation about and Rano, very crucial, and it has to do with the fact that now will be a in fact, the question was that you can say any my
Okay, anyway, Dennis Miracle Awaje, our rest studio had. I said, all Cassandra, and Dennis Memoache. And say, I don't know if you are. I didn't go. Now, Befi, okay, young bonnet to it. And I said so far because there be about I just say you know say exchange rate and amount for ASU. What is happening? Yeah,
very difficult situation. In fact, and we should be currency issues in the corner. Affect BBR.
Yeah,
immediately so exchange rate to the base and won't say be affected goods. Be affected full office. A hit full op. Never hit prices for Nyamoko. It's a very big worry. But like I was saying yesterday, the context is very important. Sometimes, media reportage, I hear now headlines.
Yeah.
Now you are misleading. The context was that.
That is very microphone.
In the midst of this exchange rate crisis, the Nabula Rake, I say, and there's going to be a manager exchange rate here, DNA. That was a conversation. And I said, no. Mark, say, what do you do about show beans? Then the panel, yeah. Measure the panel based on one casano. And then it's so we are. That's a work I say, open alternative. Obesu alternative. No, sorry, I can now come alternative. A beer, no credit, make 100 meters, me do 50 meters here. But then, interest Mark will be 100. A beer Mark will be 20. And he said, oh, you're mistaken. I can say, we'll call 50 meters now to fear into me from Mark. Mark about do 20 no at here now for so many basso. And it's like 50 meters and a day. Yeah, and I think that's a scenario with the point I was making. The NDC, when they took power, took the dollar at somewhere 1 cedi. And the
1 cedi 20 pesos.
Oh, it was about 1 cedi. It was later on in 2009 they could do 20 pesos.
20 pesos.
And I don't know whether you can tell me, say, 2014, 2015, 2013, 2011, 2012, 2016, conditions a woman we are safe and I know a direct impact on our currencies. I don't think whether you can tell me, say, maybe what was 2014, 2015. Until that was a context. Say, scenario, no. Now, contingencies. The cost we are safe and a hard drain. Crankray Numa, near Mabo, but it could have been worse. It could have been extremely worse. Looking at all the indicators, looking at all the things happening. Now, I say, when you say China, Numa, a crafty China, Bano, container, Nebo, double.
Yeah, double.
The freight cost.
A big crack poker. Yeah.
Because of Iran and Israel for tension at Ecosono. South Suez Canal now. Ships, use do African tension. It's your to mean for her. Until now, so if China now do near about ship, South road no be used to about China. What's the what is it? I quite to say, we'll call me funny say brie.
Yeah.
The be a brim pool. Remember correct example. Oko Kumase.
Oko Kumase.
If you are Becca Junction.
Now what
na
La
ka
Paz.
obeko straight na nka no ne se wa fa poku ase na wa
na nka okay.
na nei
Akwafa La Paz akwafa Mankesim.
yes
Rewra akwafa asen kona de akwa kobom.
Nti endura na me hwe documentary on BBC. Omo cost of fuel ekosro. Omo cost of running the ships no ekosro. Enu nti omo de sa wo ni nyina will cost of imports from China no. What it means is that so be koto niema free China last month. And then niema e cost no $1,000. And then you know the same niema no okwa we here be $2,000 and so we to me akra na be dey abedu Ghana. And who so ne say $1,000 na nka sa boso me no okwa koje no. And this was an kwhwehwe $2,000. Nti ama dollar no ye pe mo. The more nso a wo pe dollar no more no na dollar ne value no e kosro. Na wo sika da mo den ye dey e ba fam. Nti these are real scenarios. These are real situations. A bank couldn't have predicted say this will happen in China at this point. Until now, here, even latter part of last year, this year, your currency is stabilized here. But all of a sudden, in the past 1 month, 1.5 months, you realize a shooting up. So these are typical realities that we have to deal with. Because, like we always keep saying, your fundamentals, as economy, you're fixing you. So long as we continue to be highly import dependent, say, you're twice why you're crying on my baby if you're butchering there. Your currency say whilst we work at making sure say you temporary solutions to your currency, no, a buying and a ordinary AD fixing the fundamentals once and for all, and that's the MPP. We are the only government since 1992 Bepem now yet to meet deliberately in your policy drive a private sector to engineer industrialization. In fact, your opponents now near competition. No. On the year crying say between 1994 and in the year 2000, no. Oton aban infidi ejuma aban industries no de na ye press ye bitumi sibi no oton mako 300 oton ye in fact okọ parliament ekohyehyɛ mbra ye frɛ mbra no diversity child implementation act. That act no what it does is that it sets up a committee na ejuma ne say ye point ejuma na aton omo ton ne say kerosene ebi ene ye sorry if MPP was in power between the year 1994 to 2000, I can bet you say there was no way we would have done that. What we would have done, they say, you're a private sector, boom. Now, a revive factories, like we've done with Darko Farms.
But the industrialization in your government, because I was at there minimum data no negative. It is not true. Look at it.
It is not true.
Data from the finance ministry.
It is not true. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Factory that. And maybe we shoe fabric. Produce shoes. Acro Farms is one of the biggest fully automated poultry farms you can have in West Africa. The fact of the matter is that all countries who have thrived, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Amaya, you know, Musi, so Mudi can koja, no. Niama you know, moye. Making sure say they opened up access to education to ensure say we build the skills and capacity of the citizens. And the two, called radical industrialization drive. But you need between the period of 10 to 15 years as an industrialization and kasankasa what to mean yaho in sunsanso. To me, industrialization under 3 years, under 4 years, under 5 years, under 6 years. You need time. Okay. And then no say the number of factories are automobile companies abagan or more assemble cars, almost about 8. But they are all now putting their things together to really go into proper production. It is any way now. See, I'm more buying. Now you're making sure say you bet to me to us near year. I bet to say Akufo na. Kofo after all the things Akufo ye bepim 2008 no. Kofo was trying to fix the fundamentals of this country. Kofo made F-Cube a reality where also there be to be to minor nipa bebree fie. Enti obi a basic education mu kwama nkolar bebree baye. Basic education actually tripled in terms of enrollment. Enunti ye do 2008 no. Na nkolar do a basic education omo beba senior high school no a multiply by 3. Kofo the free school fee near dey nyina keka ho. And on the map, Nana Danko for the starting said Debbie, the Akufo ye will cause a big issue among as a country for our secondary education. And that the Obia no work or Tifia no unco school. No here a buying more answer with me school I ne. Kofo be a quamana no So one buana mana on secondary school be cut fee. And that is why Ekufuado started preaching free senior high school. Say these children is obvious. Say immediately Ekufuado made it free, the numbers tripled. And the child still needs help at the senior high school. And yet our senior high school had two challenges. That poor child can still not pay. And secondly, your infrastructure at that time for senior high school is limited. And 8 years ago, and now even 12 or 16 years, 16 years ago, Ekufuado said, let's make senior high school also free. And putting the intervention now, Kufuor putting in place a basic school, no, else we are in trouble. What did we do? We didn't listen to Kufuor. Kufuor at that time had financial services booming. Mark, who were fear, not Stan Chatabel, who fear, say, Beji loan. Fidelity Bank, Stanbic Bank. I'm sure you remember. That was a timer. That was a timer. Barclays Bank. You from your pouch, say, Beji loan.
Okay.
That was the time, and almost say, we are in the golden age of business. You say Ghana were the gateway to Africa. I don't know if you recall. It was a big deal at that time. Unfortunately, in the year 2008, Kufuor encountered two challenges. Fuel price increase and fuel shortages. Okodi queue 3 days and so when you fuel 1 gallon at all. Any insuo water shortage, it's in Kufuor surround upon yellow gallons and then 4 gallons by. Because of these two challenges, Ghanaians forgot about the free health care that the people were enjoying. Because of these two challenges, Ghanaians forgot about free maternal care. What free maternal care did was that it removed that embarrassing statistics. Na afibia ye ko parliament ye ko kan budget ye kan emma dodo omko awo so obuye e kan nkola dodo ye ko se ye ko wo omuye. Can you imagine? Go and check all of Kosubotwe's Professor Kosubotwe's your friend is budget or kind budget no do baby or say this year free infant mortality rate has increased by 10%. Maternal mortality rate has decreased by 20%. Mark, we used to count the number of children who died at birth and the number of mothers who died at birth. Kufuor removed all of this. And yet, because of Sir or how Mienu way paint, because of Sir or how Mienu way, we voted against Kufuor. The result was that by the year 2016, Nasa banks now omba ufie befrel, esra wose beju loan no megu. By the year 2016, now wa wusi kakra wako deposit wa bank no, o kokwaji a bank ne bre asa wenyama. That is how bad it was. And that is why we are saying that, indeed, the currency situation now is terrible. It is affecting businesses. It is affecting
capital.
I'm telling you, it's wiping it away. But I can tell you, say, if we look at the situation we find ourselves now, I'll just give you the China example, which is only one. If NDC was in government, this our CD currency will probably have gone to junk. And I'm speaking purely based on data. That is not justification. No, I'm saying context here important.
But data now the percentage in the
let me use 2%. Forget the percentage. Me say, so we're moving from 1 CD to 3.9 cities in the time when we had no challenges. Tell me what the issue was in 2014. Why? Why did our currency have to move from 1 city to 3 cities? What was the issue? Can you tell me? I can tell you the issues. And I'm
so fan from saying a little over 4 cities.
Mama, we issues now. Can you debate and debunk the issues? UK. Currency, had a 40-year-old crisis. US in the year 2022, UK, because of all these their currency crisis and inflation issues, had to change their prime ministers about 3 times within 6 months. Are they real?
Including
what we are going through today. They are go through and we are in the last 120 years.
What do we do?
So we should continue to fix our fundamentals, whilst at the same time we keep doing what we are doing consistently. We cannot truncate it.
The dollar in there, the benchmark. Hey,
GRA release a statement. I don't know if you've seen it. No, it's not correct. Sometimes you see, it's not true.
GRA is a benchmark. Oh, hold on. Because practically, your importers
I'll send it to you.
Are there?
You can read it. No, read it.
For the mommy.
It's not true.
It's at the end of the benchmark.
It's not any true. Until Opa. That's what I'm saying. Say these things, verifying them are not difficult. Say Obi bibina no different from the fact that is the principle.
At the end of the benchmark. Nana, my statement. Nana, then is one. What's up, Dennis, what I mean is.
Into there, what I meant by that point, is what I've explained to you. And there's no doubt about that. It's a matter of fact.
Okay. It's now fixing the fundamentals. So when any anymore?
Oh, you're good. Mark, I think say we'll get there. Here, for example, if as we speak, for the first time in 8 years, you're buying way to me aboa. I may have put up 160 factories operational. Others are going on now. You can imagine if all the government that have come since 1992, OBI and kra. Whatever we are supposed to do as a country, though, for 8 years between 2009 and now, no, and that is what we are saying. Say we should protect. Yeah, mistake. Now say yes, the same mistake I had in 2009. NDC for bar. Whatever we are trying to achieve in fixing the almost reversing the beam, and they'll pull us back again. That is what we are discussing. That is what we are talking about. We are not saying that we are not in difficulties. We are not saying that we don't have challenges. What we are saying is that can we protect the little gain we've made once we pursue what is outstanding? And that for me is very crucial.
And now, still on this same GRA, car dealers they are taking a tax of 15% be a woman activity. Okona car. Their culture say you pay 15% because I'm asking you this because Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, you will send a new bridge GRA for one more no maybe a one more year. It is not helping the business community. They say Kwakotoka is here now. Kwakotoka can 100,000. GRA for say will the consumer and now what talk pay 15% of the 100,000. Every nearby. When
I have no such details. I have to check.
Okay. The amount say said I want to boss here win because they are really have activated baby free buy. Every car deal, every car importer and a car dealer be a woman no experiences are there. It's a customer in the bar. What talk on the and our say be a you find a 100,000. Now it's a say we calculate 15% and they can't home a customer no. Now 15% of 100,000 cries. And yes, it's a
lot of money.
Please, you have to do something about it. Tell them say car dealers and car sell Ghana. They are making be a ton car. Ghana be any. It's one a Jerry for about about the say car where you have to pay.
And it's one of the reasons why. It's one of the reasons why the reforms now Dr. Mahmoud Bamia proposing for the tax regime. You know, he's speaking about flat rate reforms. So it's very important. Because you see, discretions and the are not confusion about. When we have a flat rate regime, and all the way if you are butchering bar, one can how to be calculated straight away. So idea me be say that metuya. Now this whole idea say what to shop, what to business premise. Na GRA also what to be but still like be we have to get it out of the way, and that's one of the things that.
We quickly, Dr. Pia Hene EC. I don't know be PA mo campias and then many deputy general secretary can say. Now, or can say, why part of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia rally?
Deputy Secretary.
Deputy General Secretary of the NDC.
Forget it. Dr. Pierre, he won't campaign. Your class, your friend activity.
It
wasn't a campaign activity.
That's what I'm asking you.
The NDC, this time you read beyond the headlines. University of Energy and Natural Resources. I organize more annual event we are organizing. It's a dialogue series. This was the 5th dialogue series. And we invited Dr. Mahmoud Baumia as a guest speaker at the University of Energy and Natural Resources. And Dr. Mahmoud Baumia went to that university to go and give his remarks. Dr. Piahini is a lecturer. He is a head of department at the University of Energy and Natural Resources. And he will be a catcher of a campaign when he
So that event.
Dr. Piahini, a lecturer or a head of department at the University of, I think it's informatics and I say Bibisa. Or a head of department at the University of Energy and Natural Resource. And see, on can Dr. Mahmoud Baumia campaign home. And that program, it wasn't a campaign activity. It was a University of Energy and Natural Resource for we invited Dr. Mahmoud Baumia to their event. And Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Ekobi. And then Apia Hene is a lecturer or a head of department at OSEI University. Unless we are saying, say, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia na John Dramani Mahama. Echo baby, Nation mensa or how Munyan free ho. Yakwe ye, no ho Munyan free or Yakwa sorry, no, sorry, didn't be Munyan free ho. Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Then it's better say, so called that program.
Mr. Medaz, Mark. Go. I'm a bahanso.
No, about why? About Ghana, Mutu, about Kokroko.
Amisha.
Okay, better say so when you akasa anope. How you need 100.9.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special ice, natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Radio Makwa bed bandit 100.9. Which you na non krona ba pa osimano aduasa miensa. Mame kwa amane so na protocol officer de ma vehicle and access dealers union Ghana. Alex kwa kutete ewa amane so. Kwa kumache.
Yera,
Eti say.
Majority, Yameto.
Okay, ye de nyako pa say. Enra wo chairman ba mi program so ha. Na GR for when wa hu.
Mehu Majority.
Okay.
Majority.
So, mona mo kraka said ba omemo. Sign it here.
Majority, Dennis cannot say. Mamma Fidis and I mean, chair with chief office. Minchia, chairman in Trakwa. Minchia commands the chairman, so Nkofua. My cracker, so my cracker when you mean Bagana and Anna. The foul figures with your monopoly. Majority, Dennis cannot. And in a January for Cano. As seen a January for the Shishi be a badia, 1980, Minano. You can take sanity. A idea car, a crown. So, put the car number in era. So, to car in era, a sanity. So, the car number in dollar or more converted. We know in see any more atnase and pretty, any more can want some cry. And will be aware of Ghana. I think, come beat me a I bind it to me. Estabilize dollar no. It be our my ECD. Amaya fine. You know say MCO 90. MCO say. You know my can want to move a pre. Until they say Dennis cancer. It be a fine so kakra because you know say Dennis or your modern buffo already pa. Also say one kasa. Born modern pa. Oh, sign your man say you. Until na majority kakra be your friend say yen you about me afraid ya you could see mo. Yeah, Tiase Kakra, and say, Neo Kaya, cardless, no, any importers, ne, you're a doctor or Benmo, or your friend say, a ye, Pentagon Hono, a ma Ghana for a buyer, or be any J, ye be more Jamaica, beside you about me, a cautious, me and Cafe, you beside you about me, I mean, we say, why steady, me J Mike in a crown, or no half and a penny in people, me money, I will say, you are, Mr. President, oh, churchery. Men chron fem koto because 2016 ye won't be briana na do ye bibia obeken bia no chro and so at the end of the day people bofa ni so na yen as a businessman ye bo aban no enwuma bi wo ha ankoye but won't mean ye ni nkusi because Jesus Christ cry ye sure 33 years with me ye bibia onu ewi ase ye ne dia no enti aban ni timi ye bibia nkusi nanso obia be ye ne dia nkakakra mageri yen businessmen so no me hu se Bibri nefano ebi eye yankasa majeri hwe mo dodo ewo Ghana henyina okomo dodo ewo Ghana henyina majeri hwe mo sa sisi o maba be wo Ghana be bi eni ho abenya Ghana product ba kokra ato mu da bibia everything bibia ye krade ba into expected dollar ne be den Mike mo na mo ye
Send the ban pressure ne ba beto so.
That's it. Intima yemfa bibia nkoto aban ne nko aso sa aban ne na ye aban ne na ye bebia be ko bia hwa asase ne niema edunti ne yewura Kennedy ka say wo ye MMDC no fawa it's about 265 something MMCs no wo so obia ba ko bia bedo about 1,000 acres enya sa wo ni 3 months ewo
Nabamo. And notice high initiative we say, me say you about me, I say, I call for kind of manifesto. This is, yes, I'm far by Canada, come on, be in home yet. Yes, you crew in sitting in a be no would you also in ye. Na Areho, so be coyati, Kumokomoa, more being who be a Ghana pudo tobacco crato, be piacra, nephew, we are so bonny cobabino, the Saintia. Na Oshe South Africa, Udu airport, dollar no, a hope. Now buying $600. She Ghana, she airport, yes, $600 we ho. Si Udu Ghana airport. Si kano more than $600 ne kurano. Si crime officer airport, police station, honom dikusi, and no mafa dia babesa. And the day on my dollar, just say, baby, yes, $600, but and so say yes, sir. And to say, Yellow Mahmoud Bawia, they were all in the manifesto. So to me, block say. All for $600 will come head now. You will cook Pia Lances Forest Road in I hope some capable buyer. And so more will cook Pia Lances is free in some. No one said no over $600 and your banker. It be a government, it be a Bank of Ghana will set a bit to say Forest Blue Bia, you change the dollar. In every dollar, no baby, I would acquire out the fast because, master, you see, the banks nanka $5 on the demand go for no, and a guy see. And normally $100 into $2 dollar ni China was so we check in na cratchy Kenya. Asemo be na no can say dollar no say NDC chairman kako no which is I know the one can ye then this in no the amamo ye the amamo the amo he kwan am so be ko betimi aka say maybe ye de ma NDC no na 101 NPP for so e be fa no 4.2. But o check we ni say na say about 15 point something. In this say Majeri yen kra na yen yakra chifui. Say o ne percentage wise kra no still na say engen this no e da so was low. So o hwe in percentage wise 101 na o mbe fire o mbe do 4.2. Now we must for free 4.2 at about 15 point something. The percentage wise still na no I say still this in nke wo form. But the ba o me ya gina tumo Ghana high flat rate no the aba no. Catching the boss, no, and when them all businessmen and nibedi ba umiachi. Majeri, we have 40 feet container, 40 feet, no, you bet him the cars 5 ashim, a saloon car, bet him crowd, say we will do no double, to 2 tires, no, now we will do struck and one, a bit of a basic 7 crowd. But say be a 4x4 there, normal one or 40 feet a be a fat container, a car 4x4. Maybe for so for the say oh a bit doing damages about Majeri that's a flight rate and it's say it be true and you're saying you say way Halanda way your Benz way you windy way do this you na a change into GC car or G $1 million na kobo bank this year unim say me to car with $50,000 me to we say my ship one car be no ye the basic to in car so because I hold on insurance in normal my own finance ye the basic to in car so na support o ship we be true freight rate number one who said one container no ubetia say it's a best common freight rate keken Mohammed me and country Ghana for and kawato wa be president wa ba na wo tie kire sisi a wo hunu say the sisi de me na me tie kire me tie kire no e best ye sit down me kra wo to ma tie kire no hu say e say wo du ha e say odi ha e say odi ha ndi e say ne o do no udim say ne chia but what the what in can do we no wasan bet ne tie still no common freight rate
yani fancy here
Majeri,
yes, sir.
A friend say a registration we are now on a deputy we need can Majeri, Mamin Cancer take a note, national. Temale 2016. Na me first to bo mu bi asa me de bo yura na nado dan kwakufado. Ka mo akwanya mo betumi afra na nado abuja say hefo Kennedy kura be kan sa asem we with 2016. Hefo na temale ye one person NDC pani a memfa ni din tudwa. No control trade no den rating. Omutimi 300,000 votes no omutimi twa owo ballot box isi we wo bi owo still owo bibia e no mo de ne ko hu na nado. E na na ne ne kasa no se onye sa adwuma.
Na na mo ye den
na metimi akaso in the back door say almost planning to do it
kwagu sense way monfa ema eye police because obia there been a president ya me say and obi ya we san wo ho na ya me sa de we wokan be ni mo hwe ya obi de hwan ko hu hwan say no ma we no a very dicey, very sensitive area wild allegation that we can't validate. And I will question them because I want to, and I went to my program now. Now we can say maybe validate your questions and maybe sound on one day. And some kind of questions and maybe sound on one day. It won't cast or be what baby or control the three northern regions. And this is what I'm saying. Now we can
up to now, what that's what that's what.
You would have Matia fancy, Quacume, ma, your fancy, what I remember. Fine. That's a part. Higher needs 100.9. Would ye a year Ghana Montie, a war, a hassy. Now, my main kind GR4 a year statement, and quickly. Also, GRA does not calculate custom duties in foreign currency. The Ghana Revenue Authority has followed media discussions on the computation of custom duties and other import taxes on vehicles in foreign currency. The claims that GRA calculate duties in foreign currency are misleading and should be disregarded. The basis of calculation of duties is provided for in the Customs Act 2015, Act 891. GRA wishes to clarify the issue as follows. Duties and taxes are computed based on the value of vehicles from the country of origin. In addition to the cost, In addition to the cost of vehicles, insurance and freight charges must be added to form the base for the calculation of duty and taxes. The cost, insurance, and freight values are quoted in international convertible currencies. What do you mean by that? Such as dollars, euros, pounds, sterling, etc. The CIF value is then converted into Ghana cedis. It's more the international currency calculated and remember converted the amount. The CIF value is then converted into Ghana cedis at the prevailing Bank of Ghana exchange rate. Rates of duties and other taxes are then calculated on the item in Ghana cedis. The duty and taxes are not quoted in foreign currency, but in cedis. 3. We therefore entreat the general public to disregard this false information. Management wishes to state that the Custom Division imposes duties and other taxes freely in accordance with the provisions of the Custom Act 2015. We also ensure the public that we are committed to our mandate of mobilizing revenue with integrity, fairness, and transparency. We encourage all importers who have concerns on calculation of custom duties and taxes to reach the GRA via the email. By WhatsApp, no matter what numbers are 0552 990 000, 0552 990 000, 0200 631 664, and our toll free 0800 900 110, or visit the nearest custom collection. Issued by Communication and Public Affairs. GR4. Let's take to Amodi Abe. Oh. One farmer nanke. Statement to Amaka. GR. Some man for statement to Amanake. We are importing cars. And but the cars and cars Makumako 12. But the chassis number at the ama your friend is saying straightforward the CB so I'm checking mine. One ma check it your price aba. The account when they say one we nim time a cars in the Babedru Ghana. Be a Babedru na dollar no asasa. The price no the amount due to a bit you no might changed. Now what they say bogus statement where they about it. My vivid explanation among the bogus more question amount for businesses. And Crawford What the way about more fun number account here from na me interview mo. Me bomb questions na munya say statement do am the about to one. That joking with a man for come on. That the statement about it you don't calculate one with foreign currency. What are you talking about? Wo normal Babedru port Friday. Na say Friday no time Babedru no late. Na went to me you know ko yin Monday ya. Obekwa na catch us say way exchange rate in it due to na Babedru an answer. And look at what you are telling us. Dr. George Yamamachi.
Yeah, Jerry.
It is saying. Oh man, Timothy be up and the park my young yasa. Go and look at the business community. What one the statement do about Betuja. Practically amount for you involved. Dr. Charlie, my appointment in the
Oh,
Jerry. Good morning. It's your food now. Yes, Obibia say, and that's so say, Yamre. The Abyssinia, dear, a fire, Yapomude. Now, what we started in common about the circulatory system through yes entire discussion on our organs, the akumano and blood vessels, no, and mujano. Yeah, can say basically akumano epa na epompi moja. Na saa mujano and I was a nanti ekonipediana kwa na ama liver or kidney new organs nyina so enya ahoden ediye nejuma na blood vessels no so na ema ekwan se ne be ya moja no ebeko nti sa komano bobia na edi a bit of pressure kakra na epushi moja no yesia hu se sa pressure no and eye blood pressure na hwehwemu ama ye hu se e was already about 120/80 milliliters of mercury. Na se ekobro so sa na eko ebia 140/150/80 and na 9 ekosroa na o doctor start to say on 80 high blood pressure eho enkomo na yesia we say pressure ya ye kan no ekumu aworo bebre na ba ko a edi kan pa no ye primary hypertension and no stress your lifestyle ni yama bebre aye and na ekotwe eba and your secondary hypertension and no akoya say akola if ya na se wo fufra ya rebi ewo system mu say problem with kidney problem and I said tumor ya no and so it me contain air pressure no eba na pressure ne beba woni pedia ni mu aya na ejina enioma mienu ba ko the amount of blood the heart pumps. The do anase moja do akuma no a pump is very important. And how hard it is for the blood to move through the artery. It is the BBSC blood vessels no quine. Now moja no to me flow freely. It's more like a ripple effect at the how no echo akuma no so the basa akuma no more than normal 128 now say no 4 intense no a science be a bachelor. In the secondary, acquire there is already a problem our system mudeda and aqua chinaba. The one penny so obviously hospital and none pressure no akosro and so kofia na above from the friend the white coat hypertension no and also so another thing a very scary here technical knowledge in handling it. There will be so how about hospital our form so kofia na akosro obi so ha na jonkwa wada no na the pressure no akosro nti emu ekumu awodo bebre na sa pressure ya ka ho asem no ya tuni din so silent killer na chesem pembe bebre no en na bibie di entrel and so be ko hospital ya be measure of pressure no na afa no one na 120/180 ekosro na akoye emergency ya was ya je otoko let's say very important at least once which me call lab and I say call any pharmacy there you check amount no one range or the age of 20-22 elkona and payment when I again say yeah many papa mu do 50-60 years now because of akumana who are in above from in your ma why na ema unya science and so if you mama you will say so common even 20 years upwards no so semester say ya na ya di aka activities so there were lifestyles be on so idea and also so emma hypertension no di won common no e building term our system one major thing say have obesity and as you can see more than normal body tissues no doors the command was say more that's why normal some be yes so yes smoke be no and why blood vessels no it may build up a lot of narrowness our blood vessels. Stress is another thing. Excess intake of salt and I say the and children be brain so another lack of exercise. Say exercise, the building a lady the brain every system mono energy has to be used. If you say a jogging, say cycling and I say walking in another exercise. Boy, now I'm melting cholesterol. Yeah, I build the world system. Now my blood vessels no I free. Pregnancy another thing. Your dear friend pre-eclampsia, not just a winning and also to me increase the chances of hypertension. No, stress another thing. More than just taking time to rest and doing so many things at a time, and also to me increase the pressure. No, how every yes, so I be a human late night here. Train kakra mediano no speculity and I said digest na ya kwa kodano ni nyina no how every nipediano na say in case we signs and symptoms our hypertension in one major thing that common as a different sephagia and I say headache makes me a constant it's me a frontal not as a woman and I say and I say na how abro akoman so etimi on term your friend of application no if you are a boy won't say what you was some sa akoman bo but show a science at the actual say one young she gradually moja was a akomano eba forma a business say chest pain your friend angina no won't say oboni ya uja essence so eshiwa and no edit of how bit me abro in some cases good there is dizziness and as a vertigo we need to chill the breathe through say oh that's sorry now oh sorry if you catch us one way you could one side you more better form if you to a while or any activity kakra bia no abre can go to me more than necessary no this time by 1-2 minutes na afi or since to be breathing na say akomano and me stand you man gradually more blindness in vision see another thing now when it's so sanya hu atia na be you kakra and this is a sign the better difficulties in breathing women so by a mouth then you can first to me home feeling because of akomana air breathing so only the area is cause mostly and I do our dano na one shall or how abba anxiety see another thing if you don't cry now you must show you can't to cry now you must show at 3 and I said you cry tough for more chamber now you must show you cry both in the can now wow phone a belly penna we asho no as a science here a badality now the science na day now we to one more complications that a problem in ediba high blood pressure ediba one major thing as I say it's me problem with your brain now it's developable different vascular dementia not just a refi about so and symptom yeah now or refi it means so easy to CVA and that's cerebrovascular accident you can say stroke to me pum out of it really makes me a transient systemic attack and that's different mini or mild stroke not just one side me to do hemiplegia and that's when I know some so it's me attitude about not just I didn't significant and call or what and respond hypertension everything actually about Winnipediano. So hypertension also everything when a problem with your kidney. It's not the kidney is no our nephrons and our blood vessels for one. No sodium mojana so now make you system. It is the akumane pompe mojana be brisa. It's me one nephrons no narrowed and also breath. About how much means my when we say kidney no and also so damage that or how bit me at benefit and so ultimately heart attack and I say heart failure. And you go with the way you know and so I do an opera or also so intimate and sorry. Ultimately problem with your eye if I show hypertension to me very we need there was special optic nerve and as a blood vessels that we near sending blood to all these areas. It's all lacking supply to those areas are not just vision also your blood your friend retinopathy can't or retina now retina and I said oh radium and I said one is suma a 21 snake kakaka ama so one personal light the doors one I said light not to win you be really and only your retina no not to the kata it's sensitive to light now say unya hypertension we yeah retina and gradually essay retina natural so your friend choroid and also so institute to build under it and or how about your friend choroidopathy no we say institute at the craft we build up our retina and also to me affect the vision and my own idea clearly in some severe cases esan say digestion and I said the way I will break it down glucose fat and any amount system no ebe perform into be have always a waste area hormone and friends say waste work on say hormone e them eba sa e ma pancreas because glucose level no start to cholesterol and no and I dey say hypertension any diabetes akwa specific and therefore the way ba na wanya ho hwe gradually na ko twetwe other ones so at the aba na afi at your how can you pa abafi let's see a bit yet so let's see a bit why I'm not saying exercise alcohol intake and smoking no bit me a enjoy and experience so gradually cry now you need to na the more by also allowing the food to digest at least 3 to 4 hours I would eat and stand water a bit me up what na sama so eating some now you be a whole that cry na come to wa there was any go wa with need here and also the one na digesting them the fiber food the oat is very good the come to wa that time now you can cry a bit me digesting them up now see one come go fast or how be a man to or other organs no so it's as a common in the same way and I want to chima at your house every in terms of which mean cardiomegaly and as a hypertrophy of the heart, much as a common a bit me your left side, a bit me your right side. No a problem as a bar, not just a commano, who perform not just a modern not just a adrenal barber, not just a one sign about the institute. Ohunamni na aba da yawo ta na chance a watching so perform let's so any of the symptoms and the doctor to the actual now that's all no metro na so improvement and a drastic change here more na brasi for see homeopathic hospital branch dia e be o water cardi or branch ebo I have to die opposite sport across the water junction your street road akuna street road on the street put road so the also ewo akuna autobahn ewo branch step for keep course I agree you opposite at the square garden oh I shan't say so I'm not saying about the person to go junction any for homeopathic hospital the treatment plan the number 2 now your baby have the best you want once a day, twice a day, and 3 times a day, and Dr. Becano. After the nutritional advice, that is going to exercise for a while. It's the scanning system, a very good advice we need to get in applying the treatment plan. Number of 24/7, the best one is 050 00 40 331 050
Don't go see that Siano Pay so Babakaya home, Dr. George Esiama, Medical Director, C4C, Homeopathic Hospital. I beg your phone at Nase. Suleiman Asante Waha, and Amaliba Kingsley is where Waha. Some I could do Fridays, I no. Akoso, na what you money na. Yeah, Baba be doing Hong Kong. Electoral Commission limited registration exercise. Now, what you NDC, one my press conferences, I can see me, you know, the national chairman there back, general secretary there back. Need an far. No, maybe I'm supposed to say, yes, yeah, and Kuye, Emma. Kingsley, Amaliba, Haruna, Memoache.
Oje Majos.
Eziano pay.
Ready to me here now.
Namiado Boko. Suleiman Asante. Hello?
Yeah, Jerry.
Now, also want to say,
I don't know, Papa, also.
Namiado
Boko.
Good, yeah, that's right. That's right. Young share discussions and I say. Na, solo, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Elbon, audience, including 30 billion Ghana cedis or so better the food expenditure. The Bamba president, normal Hodwa Waka, limited registration exercise, and this forces to say, easy, no maybe or more year, you know. As a still now, one person we are Benum Madame into on my own press conference, I can see me, you know, and there. JDM and so I can also the artificial intelligence ever fight illegal mining, any other mass. Solo.
Me da se be brema Jerry. Dedi kan de nchia so ko ma yeti for anope. Ne wapam for so mo boa. Me chia me boss so me deputy director of communications anope me ni mo be share mo as Dennis Miracles Abuaji any insempa in fact records was setting straight. Oh, I didn't know bold solutions so. Also can say obeti expenditure so by 30 million, right?
30 billion.
30 billion Ghana cedis. Bold solutions. You can't say enche bia na discuss e wo fie mu about GR reforms and be about out. Emma obi kura oni di komo I've forgotten the name you mentioned only papa bi din komo enche bia on GR issue yes yeah. And na or can or say no ukrapo kan wa say in fact community about out no unhu ne so na miracle actually was say in fact he's not privy to sir 15% now can almost almost ever then you went further to even say if I say anka bibia say New York banka denti anka a prompt to vice president so Becca say in fact oba so introduce flat rate emma oba kono crowd and kasa graduate to say flat rate there is a solution and I mean make us any solution a bold solution. The man is full of solutions but one say brother never boy me na menye any me ankasa na me crowd dey say me ye any difference wo mu because who are ideas who per se ode ade enu ye wo initiative and na de ono so ye di mandate ama no no so ye ono so wo kwan also me be mpese me ye free ss mpese me ye say ono so tie je se be boa me no baby a say be within the scope no person ye no baby a so ho odin wo for so betumi di aboa no di abo ampa so no ye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no wa kire ne bobre a kire ono so ye papa Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo the president of the Republic of Ghana no the scope niam e dan ani so person de boa oman Ghana e woni period no ono so asomu aboa e wo na fam ne de wen se o hwe se bio sa ye digitalization processes no betimi akoso toti na ma oman Ghana no se bio ya catch up with we asin baby a money afan because we asin say na technology ne digitalization no na se efa system na e wo baby nti no so de nyansa ni nim dia wo safa okay so open ni say de na me so me di way tie wechi na che say oboa ne boss e de asom oman Ghana no no de na ebe hu afi mu utimi hu say sabe zabo solutions na ma kire wade bi from the year 1992 to 2000 President Rawlings enewo from 2001 about 2008 President Kufuor enewo 2009 to 2012 President Mills President Mahama because ebe ono kasa be president during the tail end of that period of Professor Mills due to the demise. May so rest in peace. And then from 2013 to 2016, President Mahama, and then from 2017 to 2024, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Now, 2025 to 2028, Papa Vice President and then the flag bearer of the MPP, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia say, Nyankopon na adom Ghana for be emane be ye president by 7th December 2024 year. Sabi enema didana ni so ye bold solutions. Ba ko ne ye ka fa on se na GR fo anything mamfo adwadefo omo ni yen etna no sabi of course no eni se ekonisa it is sad ya no ehun problems in loopholes e wa de ni se no oba introduce flat rate no na sabi yo o be kra na de ne be ba no nim de one na wo kra nim sade we ba e sei na mitua enye se ade ne ba bedu na unim se ne wo kan wasem yi kasa wakra e ba wo pese hu rate no se e bedu asen na mitua se de bigisa bedu ansa just tem bia no you can't project enfa nye business that business so wo ya untimi nye projection de na okwa na so oba enti sabi say my papa ne kwan His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ntumi be president a edwadifo e wo import sector no especially omo ye cars ni other your friends say fidi hu djuma no omo beti ne there because obe make sure say flat rate ne beto ti wa mo no tifie na wo besese se o me pese because fa car we fi Korea eba no utimi sesen hu so okay car na ye twa mponi ama me ana makwa hu na me ton $2,000 ana me ton $5,000 no se me sese ba Ghana scam na se me be check me freight ni na se fo a me yi ni nyina fi mu a minim so by the end of the day say na me say enti no na me ton so a menya senti no menya hu fa so enti I'm going into it but enko say na ye ti we ya ukoto ade na unim se ebedu wie a total cost of the purchase ni be say na uton so na market price nti say nti me ton say dey bi na ama by the end of the day no ɛyɛ timamufu a wɔn so na wɔn yɛ final consumers wɔn kɔtɔ adeɛ tem bi wɔn so wɔn tumi predict ɛnɛ wokɔ vits no yɛ sɛ ɔkyerɛ bɛkɔ vits no adane saa nneɛma no nyinaa no sɛbi yɛwura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says oba or the flat rate in betua a best solve our problem and yet when any bold solutions or bold solutions be brave I said be all and say in fact on any do our digitalization money all this several day boy on my gun and any boss and another dan kweku fadu we are making sure say 302 hospitals health facilities and what on my mono they have been networked ama sebio say ufi a point. He said Tamale Hospital. Now ba ebia Koforodia Hospital nazi kolebu eba be bibia. Ufolda enwunya. Ufolda enwunya. Sabi sadi we ditimamufo nya amado do no afemu ahwere wo monkwa because obekodu hospital no yesi ya transfer na fi aba no obekodu no ufolda won yesi oh ni wie fi ni folder wan fa ma na waja previous facility na wasi ebusuafo rush ko facility ba kono no mo kogide ba oba na sese nipa no emrenti no na waja mu na amafo ahwere wo monkwa. Yera Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia edisa enim di owo digitalization mu aba beboa ni mampeni na nado dankwa kufuado e ma omo de sumo man Ghana amenne se ofi Tamale ofi ha wherever na move to another facility no matter the distance provided say well within the jurisdiction of Ghana no ubetimi access to facility no without your folder eno ani say bio u card na ukra no ana say yabo udina enter into the system na details na iden epiaba na omo attend to you me anka say bi to me and I was like wow sebi say unimu a na obetire chi aka de ope na embum say ebi to wa no say oh sa de we say na ebetimi agenkwa na nipa o share chire odi sa adwene ba odi be yes ade ono e wo say e bo na ba so na opo mampani abedidi a sebi na yenim say sa nipa we oba bebo timamfo enkwa ho ban te wo say etimi ma ne kwan no tumi be enye no nko a ade be bi bo see bold solution back on the ban says, and Yankopo yana dum, that's about the president. Well, who is say? Sabi, there is a systemic failure somewhere. Because from the young family, in the run crowd from 1992 coming, this fourth republic now a woman, Eba from President Rollins, so I've been another show. Yeah, a bunny, Yanama, in Sema, hydro, yeah, a coso bunsu, yeah, Hana Sebu, Yeni, that's why it is a Kobani say, who touching Kakrabi and a problem. And now say, or China say, or not just a no. As Obia O profile the bold solutions, you should be looking at alternatives. Alternatives we are but alternatives are said a what substance, a what form, a betimi aboa o manfo asum and you know or making sure say Sebi experiment kakra based on the Kisley backbone ho and adoli honey yes friend is solar energy and then almost source of power or ho mode enya anyina mahode wo ho no or sister or bob making sure say an alternative to hydropower na use no obey shama 2000 megawatts of power through solar energy is generalize na adena be kan ye ho ni ehun say Ghana na depending only and solely on hydro na emum ye alternative source of power sebio kakra ka koso ne developer from 2000 no ebedu mribi no na chese eno so edum pempe so bi asebi ebetimi aboa oman Ghana enti yera Dr. Bawumia no o pa kire yen say okra bold solutions ni ebi ni dieme ni bold solutions ni ebi ni say ena me no ka say sebi eba no drone services sebi obo so ye ba foforo from 2018 obo drone services so na sebi endis for binimu ese den omo say dey bi or the side no eba abehwe emma ehun ewo omo adware now so na nipa no so okasa say obi onim de ewo ndc no onim say de we ya me kenye sa but because of political expediency ana ye mama onye no baby call ye mama amabenyu do because of political talk yes politics nti no o ka bi agum emboa timemufo emboa oman na ye so so o ka na chese wa geni political scores bi nti no o kan keke e di atum eno na say be ni miracle kasa we ya o ka asem bi fa professor ya owo University of environment and natural resources. How can I say you? Sa papa no onka MPP campaign. Name edien lecturer or head in fact HOD or head of department one of the faculties there was a school was. Now as faculty head and HOD a school university. When I say university no school ni ya de no matter safre yero Dr. Bamod Bahumi amana babia untimi nkasa as a faculty head you absent yourself from it and no dey fato kire say Agyemensa any NDC for akwa certain bia dey at her through dey at to ko ba ni say eyiye bi na yero John Mahama Ekobi na say Agyemensa te obeka say dey bi Agyemensa want member en ko ba ni sa enti no the fact that the man was seen there NDC ni mapa penny no osanso your friends lecturer school more doesn't mean say odi era baumia campaign so so timi say sankrofo we no mo kan bibia ebduru mi betra kan say me nam na say era John Dramani ha echia good morning na say mi pagya me ni hwe weather no sa na ye wia onyunu ato anase din e na sa nchia na eba na mahu say eye no kware say ye morning magiso morning na say nya morning eye nwumre ye wia e na ochia me morning makoreti na say masa enye sa na tie ye say na tie eti ni titi ane say Ghana for yakopon ye adom wadom ye obi asabi odwene kokan asabi okra foresight thinking for thinking about alternatives papa enye alternatives bia sa alternatives am ike nyina so unim one thing DVLA digitalize no operate 24 hours one thing about it sa NHI so ya digitalize no operate 24 hours enye anu kwa passport digitalization enu so operate 24 hours in fact hospitals as I say folder hunya sabi move transfer from one facility to another ukwaji for ayaresha hunya for folder enu so here for 24 hours my for kwa imagine 2 3 4 1 9 10 ukodu wa folder hunya 24 hours nyina is operating just ade na ade ya setting emotion that so what me ase enti no nyankopon ne de na se say at this point of our time and in our lives no yenya obi asebio
all right
wadom no finyansa soroko bi a otimi tenase thinking about both solutions no de esom eboa wo mra sebio ne president a also no as a vice no otiase no de bi bua no kire ode ne say point say we na maye embra me ya abofra na me pa kire mo say me ye pani na me nyini ti say ne mo be ye me president a sa mre no metimi atoka metimi ayewe waye enti o kire me no ne say oye aye bida oye akire yen Yanfa to the alternative no.
Mama go amaleba.
See,
yes sir.
See, Papa J. I mean chair T4. Let me chair solo. I mean chair Dome Market Traders Association of chapter of NDC. Chef Eric and then executives a can you know my meeting 2 days ago. It was very fruitful. So good morning to you and all the members. Martin Luther King Jr. Assembly in the 1960s. Was saying nothing is more dangerous in this world than sincere ignorance and conscious stupidity. And I say so because NPP and their communicators that penchant of constantly telling the same story. And they think, say, as some chronoa okano, a bribia, a man no cray. And they end up insulting the sensibility and the intelligence of the Ghanaian people. We must not encourage that. And we need to do a politics of civility, particularly at this point in time. Ya Ghana, abo. You need Ghana. But on money. Why? Because of Amamufo. Because of it has a project can one change the government. I tell you, so I do think it's right. Send a $12, 15 Ghana cedis and more. Papa J, who ye uton cars? Remember the statistics are crabby. Madame Fabian Menin was circle or computers. Was barely few weeks ago. Now over 200,000 Ghana cedis at that account. That time, now exchange rate no, I 11.50. That 11.50 or convert here, now be man $17,400. No, so I'm paying count. Now me pay $20,000. Me there 2 me quite confirm me no Dubai. Papa J, less than 2 weeks, exchange rate I could do 14.8. A man is sick on touch you at the bank. That $200,000 I can buy $17,400. No, at Tiaba form I do $14,000. In effect, aban na mambo phone nhyehyɛ kankan ti wɔhwere $3,000 ɛwɔ so o convert that $3,000 at the buy exchange rate no mu a ɛbɛma over 50,000 Ghana cedis 500 million ayira. That is the rate at which people operational and working capital are diminishing day in, day out. Digitalization and solar. For your information, before Bawumia and his boss, Kokwado took office, now Mahama Dika commissioned 2 megawatt plant financed by Volta River Authority at the cost of 8 million. Ewo Pungu in the Upper East region, around the Vrongo area. We are in crisis. What is he doing? Solve the problems. Nyafia Obansa. Say full of solutions. That's what really I am not surprised. Because Baumia before someone say a calabash of pito ne kutado. If you try to come on a platform, I'm not surprised that he's saying all these kind of things. I brought Baumia to help me fight the city depreciation. Mampini Kufuado, no. And then the promise of them are Ghana for. Oyankopon the yansa wo MPP mu nyina de hye Baumia trim. The boss adanse odifad ho eno no. 2019 or so state of the nation address. Okojina parliament ka say Baumia yansa nti na ma wona mambu no atimia nyina du from. Na Ghana atumpon. What happened over the last few years? Mr. Honorable Kwaku Kwating, MP for Obuasi East. No, that's Obuasi West rather, Obuasi East. Tutuka area ho. Asamoah no come parliament. Was a reckless borrowing and mismanagement near the Ghana be do baby you and your COVID-19. And this is happening at the time where you yeka. Papa J, I am wondering why you the media no are trying, or the business community no are trying to vent your anger on GRA, but not the government. Who is controlling the policies of this of the government?
Unfollow the media and the business community. Unfollow me. Statements have been in a good statement that far back. Food and Beverages Association of Ghana and Raya one statement. Ubia can't dia esa buy no. A GRA and there's a statement here woman de babe to about
very well. From the figures of the government, Andra. And I pay me interviewer, Honorable Dr. K.C. Latoforsen, the minority leader in Parliament, a grant here to Bernard Avle, was CTFM. Look, was it a binding subang in a near and a fuel exchange rate and depreciation, particularly of the city? Was saying a binding at Sikabi over the last few months. Almost 20 billion Ghana cedis air contractors car by Netua. Can the bonus wa? Basa contractors, who are they? And according to Dr. Casey Forsen, that expenditure by no, I didn't care over the last few weeks. No, that expenditure was not captured in the budget. Those contractors no more. As the expenditure by no, I didn't care no, doesn't go to the budget. Now, government have been shut. Ghana have been shut from the international or the bond market, the capital market, and the government is competing with the businessmen in the domestic financial environment. At the time of what good local banks need now, few answers government is competing with them and the local business community. Now, a buying spending outside the budget of the core parliament. It's a buying resist car. No, the two contractors are buying no more mama buying well, whatever the way they have done. No one knows even as of now because those expenditures was not captured in the budget about the core. What more says can no more than $2. Adentra government of Ghana, your reserves, any hobium, our reserves have been depleted. The dollars can also system. That's how fund is kind of way $2. Imagine say 20 billion Ghana cedis have been pushed into the system to buy dollars. And for $2, nobody how is the government going to make sure say the rate of the cedi will stabilize against the dollar. It cannot stabilize because the government itself has become part of the problem. That is it. And the business community is crumbling. The economy is shrinking. People are laying off workers every day in and day out. Oye Jumayeni, oye businessman. Now within a space of 2 weeks, to make 500 million, 50,000 odd Ghana cedis, as I have enumerated to you. What evidence again, Papa J, do you need? And where lies the certainty so you can keep your your workers as the number you have? What you can do that? You can't. When I'm so bored, why do you see a debo? Was see a debo cramo baumia? What no catch the boss? Nana Kufuado, me economic guru, ne Fred the Whiskey. And before an economic messiah. Messiah in you. Now Bejna Kase. He is just a driver's mate. What a shame. Namuka Sunday Yeni Koratimo, you come here repeat the same thing. You've been singing that song here constantly. Okay? I am so to say. So party symbol ya boy, you shouldn't think the same. Our your mouth or be about to your man speaking point. So anything we get it. But your man speaking point in here. I would just put the speaking point against the realities on the ground. Because in as much as I represent NDC here, I must equally know, say, Ghana foreigners are listening to us. At the NDC Kano, and in the Ghana for petty air at the Krana. Any solution say and reflect the need of the Ghana foreigner. If it doesn't reflect, I will not go by that speaking point because my credibility also matters to me. And I will not toe political lines to diminish or destroy my credibility before the public. I won't do that. It's a part of my speaking point of Bekasa. Think twice before you come and utter certain things here. Papa J, Ghanaians are suffering. And the only thing the government can do, some communicators have a platform, so you should apologize to the people. Me team Rakis Abuaje was on my way here. Was say 2009, Ghana 4-year mistake. No more about 20 my NDC maybe did to me. Oh, very well. Say Ghana 4-year mistake 2009, yeah. We need those more we need to make more of such a mistake. A mistake of Ghana 4-year in 2009 in the Kofa KGT Market Complex by and the Kumasi International Airport by the Tamale by that mistake in the Kumawu 4-year in Shunum ye. That mistake in the my Terminal 3. That mistake in my MPS terminal. That mistake in my UGMCI and Oman Pinoku for the appointees. Sabi Omucho Kamuwa, near Somakuguo. That mistake in the bank hospital. That mistake in my high court complex. That mistake in my Kotokraba. It was the mistake in 2009 in the my Cape Coast Stadium. It was a mistake in 2009 in the my Circle Dubai interchange. Ghanaians do such a mistake again. Maritime Hospital, that same mistake no come fast the money that buy. I can go on and go on. Me go school dance from na. So we try Asukwa Junction. Now we have try filling station for the Gao for no hono. Obo be pono. In fact, there is unse sabi pono mu chemu mi no mu de kwano to me copy dance from na. Always in so toa. There is a landslide. Na anatera hono abegu ka kwani mu. And say kwano so kasa kese ko for dem frita krade. Dudu na fa hokusi kumase. Those time I move school or from now. I check every 1 week to 2. Accident basically will be pardon so. NDC John Mahama Atamis, the mistake of 2009, and they corrected that mistake. I send Praso, I dance Praso, quite now, or bridge now or hono. In fact, that bridge and far back in the colonial days. I a mistake NDC Ghana 4 year, I want to mess Mahama by and they corrected that mistake. In the Fourth Republic, no president in the vice Ababet Nakunyaswa. Vice in the way you know after the liabilities of the government. But the bad positive side, he associated with it. But liabilities in there, no Johnny Free. Why? Because he want to be president. Lie. A man who have admitted, say, he is a joker, cannot lead Ghana. A man who have admitted, say, this summer okay, a good year, but Ghanaians mistakenly took him serious. Cannot be the next president of Ghana. Get it and get it right. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia is out of the electoral equation between the NDC and the coming elections and others. Nipa NDC or contender. I think the contender should be Alhaji Martin and not Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia. He has failed and the performance of the government doesn't merit any chance of getting a second term. Electoral Commission, I want to thank the leadership of the NDC.
Yeah.
The mom standing ovation for the good things they have done so far. You are mounting evil eye surveillance on the Electoral Commission because it's all going to come from Electoral Commission. Bossman Asari, we can give him an equal measure of response or respecting him because we feed him. Ghana we feed him. The least we expect from him is a respect. Say anywhere, the Electoral Commission collapses right away. And the parties in the Electoral Commission, the parties in you have no job to do. And to one can't just a hand tied or the we are monitoring them. Was no responsible political party is serious because the Electoral Commission can manipulate, it can decide the outcome. Say akuteni mura. Abube netibe wofia asunwe mother. Na one kai say, wo mu no mu wi 6020 figures ko se mu a kan ye me boss Dr. Manabo am na be expose wo mu akomo dia sem. And until the Electoral Commission team decided the outcome of the elections, that 6,020 votes are going to be same. Who are they?
Now, woman, I'm going to talk about it.
I'm going to talk about it. They know quite far from you about figures in the same. Or make sure yourself confused about the same you see. Momo and the Momo tenure and a BVR machines, new computers, and a printers. Are you not ashamed of yourself?
All right,
maybe the person with two special prosecutor for. Hey, come on, resign,
okay,
because Oman Penye Kufuado, senior counsel, with all due respect, don't sit aloof and allow yourself to be disgraced. Your reputation and credibility matters most to some of us. Please, you have trained students from Ghana School of Law who are now practicing lawyers. For the sake of that, I will, respectfully plead with you. Step down today. Don't let this corrupt, nepotistic, incompetent Omampene Kufuado fires you from your office for that to become part of your record. On step it down. On step it down. Petitioner. Fine. And then I say, step it down. One step it down.
That is it. Still supporting the fight of corruption. Yes, sir. They're supporting the fight for corruption. Supporting the fight. Supporting the fight against corruption. Anka obechino de na share obechino de na share presidency but odiba no procedurally no also aye assign forward ama baby was say call na omonto aso nye nti no he is not interfering with any exercise bia probu the your friend is saying OSP no what me say he is not interfering. That shows the Omampeni John Nanado Dankwa Kufuado no. He has exhibited, say, he is willing and capable of fighting corruption. Because the fight against corruption, I initiate, that is what he is doing. What he is supporting. That is why he's able to forward it. Into Nyankopon, yes, onto so anu shira president. No man nyanse mudo. Na tembia no hu nima clear say no eba. Senior sebi obetimi ho to one amo ebe matimamfo kuma ato ne yem because anamo we are true no sebi yemu binim ye kuma ato yem onye kata so mu so se me na me appoint no no me cover no na mistake o si yakwa mistake e koto aba some mistake na ye koto aba sebi o ye see ye dey anka circle Dubai man circle Dubai na ne cost etimi under President Ekufuado etimi dey that same cost to dey one Dubai no etimi dey about 3 no any a good pass yeah then tutia John Dramani Mama in 2016 some mistake I got to aba Serbia some mistake na or say no yes a mistake because that mistake never clear teachers and friends nurses friends allowances maybe and yes some mistake it is a miracle say any say some mistake some mistake BM because some mistake is true say a mistake
what teachers allowance what is so much no be bisa question answer release Debbie meba ye Omampeni dada John Dramani Mama e dey no kan fa yan stop thank you Another buy no heading. Within the first 6 months, no any sign. Fantastic.
Thank you, but we have challenges. Who tells me like there are challenges? $1 but what me feel like miracles abɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛsan even kra China kra sɛ okra de China because of that Iran anyway Iraq is that issue no sebio the root of fan also he explained it earlier. Say within this 2-3 weeks, we are experiencing say dollar na start pay musu because of something, and it is there. It's very glaring. Say we all know. Say you an importer, you are aware. Say it's within this period as any man shares and pass idea no consumo. You alluded to it. Yes, I didn't consumo. I'm own tears here. That sort of thing. So these are some of the things. These are the education. But me the market
dollar na shares say and see the shares say depreciate no. And yet nansi enya amamfo and now the shipping lines. Yes, one more. A change your routes.
Since when, come on, 11, 5, 12, deba 12. You have that time, no? Not sad ways.
No, Papa.
And you should know where we are coming from. Look, exactly 2 years ago by this time. Now, whatever. What me I say? You know where we have gone. How this thing dropped? Dollar need to me drop here, but you know, say, send your cano.
I didn't think you dollar any be your bank.
You see.
And so whoop your bank in anymore. Or Quabranukuta, Docono Chenam.
Sa period na me no can say crab banks na ngasa ni your friends the Bank of Ghana kan mu bo mu etc cross say omo ye abochi for na me boa so you should know say otia say if the GR assemble otia say you don't understand say GR for esa ade e ma crab otimi can substantively say ade na ye act within the GRA as abanitans ye hwedin a ono na ye de subo na be den e be bon no because ujitum say ye entity be e was omo ye no the same thing sika ya sem ye ken ujitum e bi ni mo e ma do sa america ye kan den na e bi ni krapo kan say ye sam panifo ye ya say bio omo anu dem ade bi omo ka say omo asoso na say bi omo ye abochi na say for omo costol ye friend the dollar no e de ma omo anyway be cost wo man ni ma ya hwe ni ya because of politics me say dey because of politics ye no nipa nim sa die we ni no kware pa na so wa betena ahye tuntum kan adwen tuntum propound eniema tuntum wo
me ma share yellow tintie
say wo nye yellow man kan yellow na say difference between yellow and tuntum me see onipa de se say politics onim ade ye no kware no obetena ahye tuntum na adwen affinity mu be nyina tuntum so say na ade tie no but it is time say e was see timi set the record straight
the woman is say Abana near the suborn bebo.
Me can't see my fans suborn no.
Say we pay $50,000
Charlie, my dear, aha muti se musanka musika. Na say bia ye fan say bia the person in charge of finance. And no no call so a. Enyo no this bebo no. Ye be kasa dey na ye
management
ade santin me can see am for a mistake in somebody so bebo am no. But baby an kware so da no. E was see ye ka because wa wo she tuntumi o temi nchen. Wonim no kware e wo mu. But o ma mechanics credit kire Ghana for say because o person o president wan yoko be dane aban in 2025 intino we better no kan tuntum say no she tuntum no saro no we don't do that. Yes, you are doing a very great disservice to the state.
Right.
What me say
well cause mama kan bet you for say na ma homa no enya adwuma etu frame ma enti muntimi frame mo fan cheme I was a week way no your phone lines no a higher pa even back up na ye adwuma ba back up kwa za atiko enti mo fra emma enti mo fan che meet you
Papa J.
Yes, sir.
Me kuta me pen a blue.
Yes, sir.
I am talking through a blue microphone. Also, obedient the microphone is black. Doesn't kuta black pen. Or some is black. Martin, but what be? So they are a student of law. I think Article 183 of the Constitution, if I'm not mistaken, 183. That talks about the function of the Bank of Ghana, right? Now, go and read the function of the Bank of Ghana. Google it and read the functions to our listeners under that provision. And the Bank of Ghana function to control the fiscal and the monetary policies of the country, including the rate and the stability of the city. Dr. Addison to what then? Or to what then? Incompetent government with Paul Akwa, Dr. Paul Akwa, right? No, not Paul Akwa. Dr. Addison. Addison, not Paul Akwa, Dr. Addison. Incompetent leadership. Led by incompetent and arrogant bunch of people. You see, their condescending attitude and paternalistic behavior is the cause of the problem we are having today. They are not accountable to anyone except themselves. 12 can be during acceptance speech or UPSA. Or the government has all, but lost everything. You know why? Because they will not listen. They will not consult. They will not review. And they will never pay attention to the need of the people. And here we are, Papa J. Okay. The truth of the matter is that. Anyway.
And then some why not? and na Dennis so ba betray mo ntina time na ewe better say amalama
Papa J, woni say ye free ha na ye ko Dwonkuma na ye
me
o chana na ye beja na kwan kra Asante region
ya we pa
yes Ghana me can say the political communicators ni na no wa obitima ye kwan na mama ye boy ho mode na ye nua ne nkuja no kwan na ye fe
that's right better man okay abusia mede dwuma de na sio me do bibia se nyakopon hyira wo se wutie Ghana mutie mo amantima amfre na nyamea enam se ahoma na ateko unze na watwi nyina ye homa na ba ko ateko na ba ko na ne ye de adwuma no so asan ko etu frɛ ma monfa nkyeme messages enso enementima nkan to wo hwa obi a send message bia no ateke ba ko pɛ enam se ye fidie ne ye de reading message no nso challenge kakra ba wani nti enamentimi ankan enso dia meka ne se monfa nkyeme se mo de ateme de mo amudi matem nyina Ola Michael is taking over. Kwesi Aboaje Yemi supervisor, Dr. Faradexen executive producer, fully supported by my general manager Kennedy Asante OSEI. Saranson and Abena Freeman na ya osafo Madam Omase. Kodo na me adu me producer. Na me pa cho me rent cars why. Etu weekend mo mami didi. Cars Highlander ya available and Nissan Juke ya available. Saranson na Land Cruiser Prado available. Beba to cars ni go brana berenti bi ebia na kwa wede chale twamse si 02011627446 me do microphone pe frame me 02011627446 brana beje kan now so fako waye fako wedding feel good o drive wow now drive ones are feel comfortable abone ga crave chale frame na beje bi ko me dey the Jerry OSEI AGYEMANG ya di jumedi NS Philippa Bear fisa pifi okay ebusame ko enti bibia na opefe ya de ma why nyami sure ma weekend bibia nko ye kama right and that's what happens enti Philippa Bear fi o si pifi